every time come in and just at the start where the music is still going. It's fine. It's fine. It was due to end shortly anyways. I'm looking at the timer up there and it was going to be ending anyways. So it was fine. Perfectly fine. Welcome in, Raiders. Welcome in. You are just in time. We are just fixing to get started. Our guest star, I have made the mistake of giving them access to the puzzle early, and so they've already gotten started like a madman. But it's fine. It's fine. Hey, guess what time it is? It is that time. That's right. We're starting a little later than usual this evening, but that's okay because that's the way Talk Tuesdays work. We start whenever our guests can afford us the time to pick their lovely little brains to learn all about them, and so. It is perfectly timed. Tonight is Talk Tuesday. It's that special time. So good afternoon, good evening, good morning, and welcome. I hope you guys are ready. You got your questions lined up because we have a fantastic, stellar guest for you tonight. Tonight's special guest is a hop, skip, and a bounce above the rest. Not one to miss a chance to hit the camera with moon eyes. This fantastic streamer has been seen managing farms to handing out all the free bullets to her fans. Who could ask for more? Always quick with a laugh or to extol the virtues of their community, this new streamer is making huge leaps into the hearts of their viewers. From cosplay to art, their talents with games doesn't even compare to their ability with a brush. The relaxing vibes and the feral times are always on fire when you hang out with this spicy streamer in their community. But never fear. It's always kept within moderation. You won't find a more welcoming and safer place on Twitch, I promise you. So hop on into their next stream. You won't be disappointed. I can tell you that for certain. And without any, and I mean any further ado, I know you were all bouncing in your seats. So I present to you tonight's bouncing beauty and the one and only adorable and fluffy little lunar rabbit. Are you ready? Welcome to Talk Tuesday. There, I think I hit the right button. Yeah. The bunny references. Yeah, right. I tried to get as many of them as I could sneak in there without, being a repetitive. No technical difficulties. Everything's working as expected, I think. You can't hear the bunny. Oh, there we go. That should fix it.
Hello. Hey.
Apparently, this screen had that source turned off. I didn't realize. Normally, I have that source always turned on. I just deafen away, and it's fine. It's not a problem. It's not a big deal. Apparently, I turned it off. It's like, why is everybody screaming technical difficulties? I promise, there's no tech difficulties.
I know, right? Like, this is the one stream that you can almost, unless something is seriously drastically wrong, assume that there will be minimal tech difficulties.
It works. I do my level best to make certain it's all lined out. But you have been working like a fiend on that. By the way, exclamation puzzle in the chat for anybody that wants to get in on the puzzle. Ms. Bunny has been manic on this puzzle.
I like puzzles.
I think this is why they agreed to come do there.
You gave me a puzzle and told me to sit
you
tight.
have to wait. We have to do the rules as we always do at the beginning of all these things. So I have a little machine that's going to capture all the questions that comes in from all of your adoring fans. So don't worry about trying to keep up with the questions. I like capturing the questions this way because this is my way of making certain that the questions that are being asked are meet my minimum standard of being okay to even give to you. So, we try to avoid things that will dox you or inappropriate questions. I'm sorry, Zoda, credit card numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get over it. You don't get any more than that. Figure out the rest. If the questions, and you'll hear, sometimes I'll read the questions. If I read the question, I will, and I don't give a, I'll read the questions and immediately give a sarcastic response. It's because it's probably a stupid question that really has no bearing and shouldn't be asked anyways. But generally speaking, we don't have a lot of those. So that being said, if I ask you a question that gets by my filters and you're like, no, that's a little too personal or too close to home, or I don't want to talk about that, and you feel like that doesn't, you don't feel comfortable answering that question, you're welcome to say, no, we will skip the question. No questions asked. We won't even think about it. Never happened. We're going to move on with life. It'll be just that quick and easy.
Sounds good.
Easy enough, right?
Yeah, easy peasy lemon squeezy.
For anybody out there, if this is your first time here, there's a 1-point channel redeem. Like anybody coming here, you don't even have to follow the channel. It is low point scores. Like if you hang out here for like 5 minutes and listen to this lovely guest star, then you'll get points in order to ask questions for it. Like we've made this as accessible as we possibly can to everybody who comes in here. So everybody gets a chance to ask whatever they want to ask of you. And you get to... we get to learn an awful lot about this hopping, skipping, lovely little bunny.
Lore time!
Was bouncing in her chair already. Stop that, stop that. All right. Without any further, I think we've about covered everything. So if you're ready, I'm ready. I know the audience is ready.
I'm ready.
All right.
Cue SpongeBob reference.
There is the lovely bunny, and we are live. Faces on the screen.
Hello. Hello, hi.
See, it works out lovely, right? Nice, big picturesque view. Oh, couldn't ask for any better. Welcome in. How are you? Gorgeous, exactly, right?
Hello. Yeah, hello, guys.
Yeah. Most people try to keep up with chat, but sometimes chat gets really super busy, which is why I've got the little thing that captures all the questions. So don't even worry about the questions. I will field those.
You gave me a puzzle. My like full,
you're not even
like,
looking at anything else.
Attention is going to be 100% puzzle. Chat's going to be like over there.
Like, I don't care. Just talk to me. Just talk to me. I'm not even paying attention to what chat's got to say.
Yeah, I love you guys. I love you guys. I'll see you later. I've got a puzzle to do.
It's fine. It's fine. I may actually have a 0-point score on this puzzle for a change, because I may just sit over here and just let everybody else work on it. Now, fair warning. If chat asks you a question and you hem and haw on that a little too long, you will get tagged. Exclamation tag in the chat if she's hemming and hawing, and we can keep track of how many times that they It is a Bunny Tuesday. Welcome in, Peridot. Welcome in.
Peridot.
There we go. Okay. So I have 2 questions that I get to ask before anybody else gets their questions asked. And then we have 2 questions at the end of the show we'll ask you, as well as your last line of work that you have to do for the stream is to suggest someone to go raid at the end of the show. But we'll worry about that when we get there. It's going to be 3 hours. It's you, me, chat, and a bunch of questions for the next 3 hours. And it'll go faster than your SATs. I promise.
That's good. That's real good. We don't want to talk about Bunny's SAT score.
Well, okay. Time-wise, most people complain because it's usually over before they're ready for it. Like, wait, it's been 3 hours already? Yes, it has been. I'm like, no, it can't be done already. I'm not done. I'm having too much fun. It's all right. It happens. Good times do have to come to an end.
Yeah. Typically, when I get to the end of my own streams, I'm just like, oh, right. Oh, shit. Right. I'm over. I'm actually over. This is fine. I got to go, guys.
It's time to go.
I got to go.
There you go. So, first question out the gate. We'll make this one nice and easy for you. what made you what inspired you to start streaming? What was the thing that made you decide to, you know what, I'm going to be a streamer and turn on the stream and go live on Twitch and start talking to all of these fabulous people that you hang around with every day?
Well, so there's a polite answer and there's a real answer.
We're here for either one that you're willing to give.
Which would you like? The real answer is, believe it or not, it was ever so slightly out of spite.
That would not be the first out of spite.
Ever so slightly out of spite. That actually is really surprising.
Hey, Squirrel, I found your friend.
Hey, Swifty, what up? How you doing? No, we have in my immediate core group of friends, we've had some relationships put on rocks by streamers that got too aggressively involved in streaming and didn't have that work-life balance. And the entire dynamic shifted. We stopped hearing from them. They stopped talking to us as much. And, it was hard to not take that personally. We felt like we were driven only to their chat in order to find them, to reach out to them, to talk to them. So several times, my friends were like, you could do it. I was like, you know what? I probably could. And also still be a good friend on top of that. So that's kind of what kicked it off. And then the ultimate nail in the coffin was just having my husband's support on it, because we were watching CoCarnage regularly. He's another streamer on Twitch. And he was playing Valheim. He's one of my husband's favorite streamers. And he was just like, he's just a dude. Like, he's just a dude, just gets on and streams and people hang out and watch him. You could do that. And my friends were like, yeah, and you're kind of funny. And I was like, that's the ADHD talking, but okay, sure. And
take the compliment.
Yes, I know. I'm bad at that. But yeah, that was it. And then I started putting all the legwork in and made it a thing. And we started day one with Stardew Valley on the Stardew Valley 1.6 launch.
Nice. What about coffin nails?
Coffin nails. I don't do nails like that. Or oh no, that's my husband. He's not talking about nail shape. He's talking about like actual nails in a coffin. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Hello, Taya. We can see you out there. We can see you in here too.
I just scrolled. I was literally just telling my husband about this earlier too, about how people will new puzzle pieces off into the ether and start making piles.
Talk Tuesdays are probably the only time that I behave myself in puzzles. And probably a lot of that's got to do with the fact that you see my perspective, so it makes it really hard for me to go, ooh, look at this piece.
Yeah, there's that. However,
I behave myself. I don't do all of the normal
the normal nonsense. It's fine. It's fine. I did, however, just lose my own visuals on the puzzle because I was being a smartass. There we go.
It's fine. But yes, the out of spite, totally get that. Swift Squirrels, that was their reason for it. Though theirs was not due to a friend issue. Theirs was because the people that she was watching do her Horizon Zero Dawn, which is a game she really enjoys. They were doing it really bad, and she was like, you know what, I can do this better.
That's fantastic. Swifty and I actually, the more I learn about Swifty, the more I learn how much we actually have in common.
Swift is a fantastic squirrel.
I love it.
I give her a hard time all the time. But that's just wait, why am I the topic? Because Squirrel, we were talking about, we just learned that Miss Bunny here decided to start streaming out of spite. I was like, that sounds familiar. It's the other rodent's night. See,
we have a lot more in common. The more that I learn about you, that's all.
I knew if we got her to stick her head in long enough to put that one out there, that she would laugh and giggle over that. Hello, DEFCON, welcome in. See, that's all I was pointing. I was just pointing out that you have commonality here. That's all. That's all. See, give me a hard time. Yeah. It's fine. It's fine. It's what we live for around here, I suppose. But no, that's fantastic. Everybody's got a reason, and it's always interesting to find out the various different reasons for that. So, Little Lunar Rabbit. I'm dying to hear the story of the origin of that name.
It's not super complicated. I am a huge Sailor Moon nerd. And for those of you who don't know Sailor Moon, first of all, where you been? It's been out for like 35 years now. Secondly, the main character's name is Usagi Tsukino, which means Rabbit of the Moon. So when I was creating my magical girl themed Etsy shop and like my anime convention art shop, that was the name that I went with. I was like, how can I make this like Sailor Moon themed without actually making it Sailor Moon themed? Or rather, the name, like you stay entirely out of copyright gray area. Yeah. So that's what that ended up being. Super simple.
There's nothing wrong with super simple. Super simple is easy.
No, and I was lucky enough that everything was available too, like on every platform that I've gone to apply to so far. Like my handle has been available, so I'm like, yes.
Yeah, that's one of those, like every time you put it in, you like cross your fingers and then it comes back and you're like, yeah. You're just like, yeah, that's right. That's right.
That's mine. That's mine. That's mine.
You like totally claimed that one. Take that. Ha.
Fair. Well, you say Sailor Moon.
Like, my name's unique enough. It's a horribly spelt two words slammed together. That's what it is. But surprisingly, I've actually found places where that handle is taken.
Really?
Yeah. I was sad. I was like, oh, somebody swiped my name. But this was back. So I did EverQuest for years, right? And became a fairly popular bard on EverQuest. Okay. And so when I got bored with EverQuest and started going to different games, I would just reuse the name because I'd been using that name for so long. I'm like, just reuse the name. And then I discovered that there was people who left EverQuest to go to other games that were reusing the name because everybody else could associate it back to that same person.
Oh.
No, I have talked to a couple of people who had that name in some of the other games. I'm like, why did you spell it that way? And they're like, oh, well, I saw it on this guy in EverQuest, and he was this really cool bard that was doing all this great shit and everything. I'm like, okay.
Hey.
Fair.
Hey, what's up? That was me. Hey.
I had been in EverQuest since the days of like beta days. Like we were in the first handful of people testing out the game way back when. So
Long time.
oh yeah. Not famous. The name is apparently famous in some circles. At least it was back then. It's not anymore. So you know, you won't find too many No Rhythm fan club members anywhere.
I don't know about that. I've seen some of the Twitch chats.
Hey, look! I put two pieces together. Doing good.
So proud of you. Not making chaos piles?
Again, I can't get away with chaos piles. It's not a thing I'm allowed to do. Well, I could.
It's a solid rule to set on your own channel.
But yeah, it kind of defeats the purpose of surprising people with the little chaos piles when they can watch you actually just do it on the screen. You're like, Nori.
Fair. That's fair.
So it's fine. It's fine. Let's see. Well, no, it's still fantastic. You know, as long as you're happy with the name, right? So why did you just went with Bunny then as a nickname? Because?
Yeah, for a similar reason. It's not that I wasn't comfortable with using my real name on stream or anything. My name's Sam, by the way. Hi, for those of you who don't know me, because my legal name is tied to all of my business stuff.
Okay.
And so I did start streaming using Sam, and then the majority of the people that were in the stream, Taya included, knew me from a different Discord server where everybody called me Bunny. And it was just the handle that I used in Discord for that one in particular, because I noticed Mina was using her nickname, and everybody was using a nickname of sorts. So I was like, oh, well, I have a fun nickname. I guess I'll just go with Bunny. And it stuck. People thought Bunny was cuter. So I was like, listen, you can call me whatever you want. That's fine. If you want to call me Bunny, that's fine. And then it just genuinely stuck.
You know, I think personally I like when names stick. It feels a little bit more appropriate.
Yes, Spoon.
I was like, what's the word spoon?
There's again story time. If you want story time, since we're here for story time,
go for it.
When I started dating my husband, I told him, like, you are more than welcome to call me, again, whatever you want. I've even had people call me Spoon before. And he was like, what? And so he started calling me Spoon. Awesome. Great. And he was like, you have to explain this. What's going on? And I was literally just a teenager in a chat room full of people. And, you know, it was back during AIM days, AIM Messenger. And they were like, shh. We don't have to talk any more about it than that. Hi, hello. I'm 33 years old. I will actually be 34 2 weeks from now. 2 weeks from now. I'm old, okay? Not that old, but I'm old. And one of them was just like, fine, you're Spoon now. And I was like, okay, whatever. Like, as long as you're consistent, I don't care. And so I did. I just responded to Spoon for the entire conversation. And
exactly. ICQ was way cooler.
Listen, I wasn't cool enough for ICQ. I was a DeviantArt nerd, okay? All right? Jeez. Just make me put it all on blast here, God. But so I told my husband this story. He was then just my boyfriend. And we casually started leaving little notes for each other, like when I went to go to his apartment.
Mm-hmm.
And uh, he, somebody called themselves, somebody like intercepted one of the messages, and there was just silverware references everywhere. And as such, he started calling himself Knife. So he was Knife, and I was Spoon.
Okay.
And it just carried on throughout. My father-in-law still calls me Spoon, and for our wedding, the groomsmen's boutonniere holders
Mm-hmm.
were actually like repurposed, uh, like the hollow knife handles, and then like the stainless cutlery hollowed out
Right.
knife handles, and then all of my bridesmaids got spoon bracelets. So
Excellent.
it was a nice
At,
little
at least you're
inside joke.
consistent, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Consistency is key, guys. If you're gonna do a bit, stick to the bit.
It's fantastic. Yeah, no, definitely stick with the bit. I mean, you're going to do it. Stick with it all the way. I was curious. I'm like, okay, so you've got Spoon. He was Knife. Who was the Spork?
We don't have to talk about the sport. We don't have to talk about the sport.
It's fine. It's fine. We don't have to talk about sport. We don't have to talk about anything.
No. I don't think there was a spork actually. There absolutely was in that intercepted message though, like the concept of the fork running away with the spoon. And we were like, "Hello? Who are you even?"
Oof.
It was a good laugh. It was a good laugh.
Oh, I can imagine. I would have had fun with that.
Yeah.
I would have been just one of those like, yeah. If you know, then you know.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, okay, that was back in a time where I hate to say it, where basically names were free and clear. I mean,
Yeah.
nowadays the people's usernames are like you kind of fight and hope to get your username. Back in those days, you could just grab whatever name you wanted to. It didn't matter. And a lot of people would make up really stupid names, regret the stupid name, keep the account, and then go make another one.
Yep, I most certainly did not have a stupid name at one point in time in my life. Nope, never.
I feel like we're in for another story.
No.
No.
It's
I'm kidding.
I mean, I could.
Again, it's your show. You take those rabbit trails as far as you want to take them.
One of the handles that my parents actually first set up for me, as you know, parents tend to do when their children are new to the internet, was "I'm a brat." And then it had my 1025, which is my birthday. That was my first ever online handle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gee, thanks, Mom and Dad. Way to just dox me right at the start.
It's fine.
Yo, Simply Faith. Welcome in. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the network. You are just in time as we are currently having our Talk Tuesday session, and our guest tonight is the fantastic and lovely Little Lunar Rabbit, aka Bunny, or as we have just so recently learned out, Spoon.
That's gonna haunt me. That's gonna haunt me. It's fine. It's going to continue to haunt me.
Oh, you have no idea. It'll probably regret that one. Like, I really wish I'd never said anything about that.
That's all good.
It's fine. It's fine. Let's see. Oh,
truly, he wouldn't have mentioned Yeah, unless he wanted to hear the story or wanted me to mention the story.
You know what? I don't. Nope. And that's where babies come from. Yes, the knife running away with the spoon. Is that's how that works? I see.
Yeah, yeah.
Your first question from the audience comes from NC Marcus, aka Mark, who I already know is your significant other, which would like to know what's your beef with the color yellow. Please be detailed in your reply. It's for science.
Why? Why do you do this to me? I don't like yellow. Detailed for science, huh? Oh God.
I feel like this is just a question just to try and invoke you to squirm a bit.
Probably because I genuinely don't know if there is any solidly good enough reason for me to hate the damn color. I just hate the damn color. And it's not even like like it pains me to look at it. It's just like, no, I don't. I'm not a fan of it. It sucks when you're a Sailor Moon fan because her hair is yellow, and so you're gifted all these yellow things, and everybody thinks you like yellow. I'm like, but I don't. I'm a pink person. I'm very much a pink person. Any color other than yellow, guys. Please. Begging. I don't know if it's just too sunny and my vitamin D deficient ass is just like, no sun for you. No joy, no laughter, nothing.
Nada tostada, por favor.
No. Don't like yellow.
Fair enough. Be honest with you, we had one of our past participants, Dat Crodo, author and voice actor, also had a very fine hatred of the color yellow. So you would not be alone in that.
That's wild. Like I do know other people who don't like the color yellow as well, and it's just like it is quite fascinating to me to just know that for some reason there is this one color on the spectrum that everybody's just like, no, ew, get that out of here. I don't know what it is about it. The more like greeny yellow it is, like neon yellow. Ugh. Yeah. Don't like it. Not a fan. Leave it to an artist to have animosity towards a portion of the light spectrum. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's fair that is the sort of thing that happens. I mean, and
just be that way sometimes.
It really do. It really do. Which is one of those sayings that one of our other guests on here likes to say an awful lot, which is it really do be like that. And I torture them to no end whenever they open up a stream because they've got a redeem on their channel that will ban a word or phrase. And so I stick that in there every time. You want to talk about watching somebody just world end. That just goes in there and then like their brain shuts off. Like I can't say that. I don't know how to speak anymore. Words don't work. Done.
Yeah, I had a word ban and then the reality was I was faced with the reality that I couldn't swear anymore. That didn't go over very well.
Oh, not being able to swear is just painful. I don't care who you are. You cut out swearing for any length of time, and that is just painful because that is when you want to swear the most. When somebody says you can't do that anymore, then your brain's like, no. I want to do that more now.
I'm not here to be classy, guys. I'm here to be real with you. Like, If you want class, you got to take that to a different corner of the internet. It's not, you're not going to find it in mine.
be fine. You'd be fine. But but yeah, that's one of those interesting things. But there was actually a report one time where they did a study on people who were not allowed to curse when the mood struck them appropriately, and it turns out it actually raises your heart rate, increases blood pressure, and a few other things. It has some 100%. physical effects on the individual in question. So,
or like when people tell me to watch my language, I'm like, fuck you. Excuse you, I'm a grown ass woman.
You said what to me? I think not.
Like, stick that in your pipe and smoke it.
And for the record, so you don't have to concern yourself with this, we are flagged over 18, so you are welcome to curse as much as you humanly possibly can. It is just fine.
Fuck, fuckity, fuck, fucking fuck, fuck.
I've had a few people get on there like, oh, I can't say that word. I'm like, what word? Huh? No, it's over 18. It's fine. Go for it.
I have thankfully tuned into enough of these to know that I'm truly in a verbally safe space.
Yes.
For the most part.
Well, okay.
Swifty. That's gonna be good.
It would not be the first clip from Talk Tuesday I've had on my channel. There's been some really stellar ones, including when I left.
The wisp one still gets me. The wisp one still gets me. It's terrible.
I'm surprised she didn't like hang up with me after that particular commentary. I'm like, oh. Yeah, that was very much one of those moments where I open mouth and just let the brain run wild. And I didn't even think on that one. I'm like, yeah, sure, no problem.
Dangerous.
No filter necessary. This will be an okay comment to make. Blah, blah. Oh God, what did I just say? Fuck.
What did I just do? What the fuck did I just say? Listen, it happens. Sometimes it gets the best of us.
Quick. Think of how to roll that back. Say something else that's just inane and stupid to deviate from that.
She was a good sport about it, though. Truly a good sport about it.
Oh, Haley's fantastic. I've had the opportunity to meet with him in person. We've done several other like collaborations and played some games and a few other odds and then with them. They're a fantastic individual. So no, that wasn't ever going to be a real big issue per se. It just was one of those. I'm like, right. Good job. Filter failed.
It's like, yes, that was a shining moment for me. Yep. Good.
And
I mean, I've had some of those moments on my own channel. It's fine.
I love the fact that how quickly chat was willing to capture that and then just make me, relive that moment every time it comes up in a shout out. And I always feel the need to apologize every time it shows up in when somebody does a shout out. I'm like, oh God, not that one. I can't type fast enough. I'm sorry. If you can cancel it, do so now.
I will say, like, I will go into like Theo's stream, your bod Theo's stream, and he's got a nice, cool, calm, chill, cozy vibe, like 90% of the time. And then there will be one of my clips where I am just going off on a character or something, and I'm just like, now has to be this one now. Thanks RNG, thanks.
You son of a bitch.
No, it's seriously, I popped into his stream recently, and he was playing Strange Horticulture, or I think that's what it's called. And the clip that played was literally just like, it was one of my Skyward Sword clips. And you were there for that. So you know just how insane it got, where the filter was just off. Entirely off. And it was just like, oh God, I'm so sorry. I'm scared of my own clips sometimes. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay, but I don't think. Okay, honestly, can you say you're really doing a good job as a streamer if you don't have those clips? You're like, Jesus, I'm sorry. It's like almost
I
like a rite of
mean,
passage.
that's comforting to know because I don't know yet. Like I haven't even hit my first year yet. So like I'm just kind of like taking things as they're thrown at me. So when I have those moments, I'm like, is this okay? Like is this okay?
It's
Like do I need to clean
it's
those up?
it's fine. It's fine. We all have
And
them.
thankfully
We all
Theo
have them.
is a super chill dude and he was like,
Oh
"No,
yeah.
like your colorful vocabulary is part of what makes you you. Don't change. You're amazing. We love to
Yes.
see it." I was like, "Thanks. Okay, good."
Theo's fantastic. Hanging over there with him and his group. When I can catch him, he typically tends to stream a lot later than what I can catch most of the times. But sometimes I'll catch him and Gladius Cat running around together and doing stuff. And they have dirt moments just as well as anybody else does. So as chill as it sometimes appears, there is much chaos that can be had. So again, everybody has those moments where chat's like, "Oh, that was fantastic." Clip.
Flip.
And I will give you a fair warning, piece of advice. The words you never utter to chat, is don't clip that.
Oh God. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, I might
The
actually write
minute
myself
you
a
the
sticky note
minute
about that.
the minute you open your
Actively
mouth and you're
grabbing
like,
notepad.
don't clip that. that is going to be the one clip that chat runs off to get as fast as they possibly can. You're like, oh God, don't clip that. I can speak from experience because I have a clip on my channel where me and Zoda were running around together in Portal 2, and he's like, don't clip that. And what do you think chat did? Ran right out there and immediately clipped that.
It.
there was
I
no
will say
hesitation on that.
I am very grateful. There was a moment during one of my Fields of Mystery streams where I had just an absolute like slip of the tongue, and I was just like, I cannot believe I just said that. And thankfully nothing came of it, but it was just like, okay, everything's fine. Nobody said anything, nobody commented, nobody noticed anything. It's fine. Moving on. Don't just move on.
Like turn a blind eye, pretend like it was all part and parcel, part of the progress and everything else. Like I meant to do that. Keep on trucking.
Yep.
The minute you stop and call attention to it, yeah, that's when chat will get you. Every time.
The second I ended that stream, I went to go to talk to my husband, and he was like, "You said what now?" I was like, "Yeah, that happened." It was definitely a moment.
Yeah. See, and even Ty is like, "Yep, totally clipped that. We had a moment like that too. We did it." Chat's merciless about that, but a lot of times, especially when you're at this stage of the game where you're still building your community, you're still new, still coming up and everything, you're going to find that sort of thing is done because your friends, who are your viewership at this point, they love you and they think that was an absolutely priceless moment that needs to be preserved for posterity. And it's not
absolutely.
done maliciously.
No, I will 100% say the majority of the clips that I have are courtesy of Taya. Like right now, I'm saying that and I'm owning it, and like I know Taya has really helped build the clip library that I have now. Which thank you, because they are funny. And no, I know like 100%. It's never done with malicious intent. It's just like, oh God, okay, yep, that happened.
It's fine. This is the reason why you hear me say it's fine all the time, because I go for this, like, I'm not certain how I should respond, and I'm likely to say something very inappropriate, so it's fine.
That is the Nori filter. Then it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Moving on. It's
not
fine.
really. It's not a filter per se. That would be the Nori tag bit, right? Like the first thoughts that jump into my head and that want to slide out the mouth, I'm like, no, I can't say that. It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
Moving on now. It's fine.
Everything is fine. It's just
Everything
fine.
is awesome.
And I like to take credit from them, but I can't because that actually is a learned habit I picked up from a friend of mine, Duzakino, who's also a streamer. And that was his response to not cussing.
Oh, fun fact.
So rather than let slip some inappropriate words, he responds to everything like it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Fine.
You can actually hear his voice if you go to Swift Squirrels and there's a button that says everything is fine. It comes across like everything will be fine. That's Duzakino.
Oh, lore. The lore.
Well, that's kind of what happens around here, right?
Yeah, no, I love it. Great.
It works out better if everybody shares, right? So we get a lot of your lore, and then you get some in exchange, so you don't feel like it was pick on Bunny Day.
That's okay. Pick on Bunny Day.
I mean, we can make it pick on Bunny Day if you really want.
I am here. I am a good sport. You can pick on Bunny. It's okay. I signed up for this. I vaguely knew what I was getting myself into. It's pick on Bunny Day. It's all right.
Nobody knows what they're getting into with one of these. Are you kidding me?
Fair. Honestly, fair.
Spice the rabbit.
Spice the rabbit.
Do you like pepper, parsley, nutmeg?
Cilantro. I like cilantro.
Seriously?
Yeah, actually I do.
So it doesn't taste like soap to you?
No, it does not.
Fantastic.
Yeah, which I was actually very delighted to learn about myself and embrace, because let me tell you, we lived in California for a few years, and they have good Mexicali, and there's cilantro in everything. So if you've got that soap gene and you live in California, you're screwed.
Yep. You're just hosed.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, no, I do love me some cilantro.
I like to eat a lot of cilantro.
Coriander. Depending on which side of the world you're on, yes, coriander or cilantro. I am American.
Yeah, I will have you know that it's cilantro is the name that we use over here because that's the name we fucking gave it.
The Puerto Rican has spoken. The Puerto Rico has spoken.
Coriander for English is cilantro for Spanish.
That's great.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine, right?
Yeah.
It was such a good time. So, now I'm just curious, right? How much interactions do you have with people from across the world? Like, how big is your global circles that you run in? I mean, how many people in other countries do you regularly have conversations with?
Regularly, right now, I'd say it's most predominant in the UK. I've had in past lives, I've had some German friends. I've had some Italian friends. Like I actually spent 3 months in Italy. Made a wonderful set of friends there. And then, mostly European. mostly European cultures.
Fair. I'm just being nosy at this point.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Being nosy, there's nothing wrong with that. Be nosy.
But I find it interesting because one of the things that happens here on Twitch is you get to interact with and speak with people from all around the world.
Everywhere, yeah.
It's very
Like the
much
amount
so.
of South African people that I've met since starting Twitch is insane. It was just like obviously your corner of the world exists. It's there. It's on the map. But just being able to actually connect with them and have conversations. Like Weeb was in Rose's stream helping Rose out with some Blender stuff. And it's just like you are literally on a different side of the equator, on the other side of the map right now, and my brain cannot handle this. I am about to have an existential crisis. Which is wild. Like I have a bigger problem wrapping my head around the fact that like people can talk to each other on literally like opposite ends of the map versus like having a in-depth discussion about how time is a measure of distance, not actually time. I have an easier time grasping that concept than like, oh yeah, this person is talking here at 9 o'clock at night to this person here at like 2 in the morning or whatever.
I feel a little called out in that statement.
A little bit. I'm pretty sure we broke Rose that day. Still one of my fondest early Twitch memories.
It's fine. But well, I mean, honestly, that's exactly what it is. I mean, when you look at the way time is done, people are like, "Oh, well, you're 6 hours ahead of me." Well, no, they're actually just on the other side of the world, and that is just a measurement of distance traveled.
I love you, Rose. Like, fuck all of you.
Well, I mean, so back in the old ICQ days, right? We're going to bring back up the old ICQ days, right? You could hit a random chatter, right? There was a button that would just let you connect to a random person and just start talking to them. And so I used to have regular conversations with Japanese guys who are on the entire other side of the world. And we would talk and we would, they would practice their English with us. And we would help them.
Definitely one way to do it.
And it was fun. But you never knew what you were going to get when you clicked that random button. We definitely found some rather interesting stories to tell off from that.
Well, it was kind of like the Omegle days too. You hit that random button, you're like, oh, I didn't need to see that. I didn't need to see that. But next, please, next.
Yeah, no, you couldn't hit next fast enough. Are you kidding me? Random ICQ days were downright dangerous at some points. But always still a good time. Always still a good time.
Indeed.
So all right. We'll do this. Taya would like to know your preference, waffles or pancakes?
Taya has asked me this before, and I think at the time that Taya asked me last time, French toast was an option, and French toast was my answer. However, if you're going to make me choose between waffles and pancakes, probably waffles.
Waffles? How dare! How very dare! Ugh, get off!
Okay,
get
only because I feel like they're a more versatile. Because when you just say waffles or pancakes, first of all, you didn't specify if there was a breakfast item involved or not. So You could have savory waffles, you can have sweet waffles, you could have like waffle cones for ice cream. There's like a whole myriad of other things that you could do with waffles. But
Hey, you know
pancakes are
what?
pretty limited.
Negatory. You can do the same thing with pancakes.
I mean, I guess, but typically they
You
have a
can
different
have
name.
There's still like you can have you can they wrap pancakes around hot dogs.
But then they're called corn dogs.
No,
Oh
ma'am.
no, well no, I guess you could
No.
do like a standard pancake.
They do.
Oh, waffles. Waffle supreme.
Waffles are not. They get soggy. They get disgusting. I don't like waffles are crunchy. That's my only issue, right? When I'm sitting down for breakfast, I've got my eggs on there. I got my pancakes. I'm ready to do my breakfast. I don't want a crunchy thing.
So you're not a toast guy either, then?
A toast where appropriate.
See, my thing about waffles is like I typically, if I'm having a breakfast waffle, I'm only having waffles. Like I don't typically have like a full spread. Typically, unless you're catching me at Waffle House at you know whatever time of the day it is, because then I'm getting the fucking all-star breakfast, man, and I'm getting a pecan waffle, and like let's go. However,
I'm down for the all-star, but it's a pancake.
Interesting. I don't know, man. Those pecan waffles hit different.
No. First off, I hate nuts.
Fair.
So
honestly, fair.
No, nut. Huh? Nope.
I don't like walnuts.
Huh? See, there you go.
I like pecans. I don't like walnuts.
Mm.
Like when people make banana nut muffins. Don't make it with walnuts.
Just don't even offer it to me. We'll be good. I've never liked nuts. It's just never been a thing for me. I am not a fan. Almonds, pistachios, walnuts, pecans. I don't like them.
That's because you're nutty enough as it is.
They all just have a weird flavor to me. And walnuts is like literally chewing on cardboard as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, I hate them. They just, yeah. And they so fun fact for those of you who don't know, like nuts in general actually will spoil. The fat in them actually will go rancid. And that's why you should store, if you do purchase nuts and you do buy nuts, like don't leave them in your pantry. You should store them in your freezer. Because the fat that's in them goes rancid much faster than you typically use them. And in my personal experience, walnuts go rancid the fastest. I hate them. I don't like them. It's similar dislike as the color yellow. I just don't. No. No, get that out of here.
Hard pass. Thank you. Goodbye.
Hard pass. Get that out of here.
Did not sign up for this. Do not want it.
Yeah.
I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam. I am.
I do actually like green eggs and ham. Oh, man. That was actually a fun fact. Another fun fact. That was the first book I ever learned how to read.
Hey. Got to start somewhere, right?
Yeah.
So
I have like vivid memories of walking around as a wee bab, carrying the book and just reading it to anybody who would listen.
I don't remember the first book I ever read. I have read so many books. Now, would you consider yourself an avid reader, or do you just kind of periodically read?
Wait. I read a lot. I do read a lot.
No, Twitch chat doesn't count.
No. A lot of my reading these days are comic oriented. Um, I will say that I don't do a lot of like long form novel reading. A, l- a lot of my shh, shh, a lot of
Did you know the internet is really, really great?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Lot of my reading is comic based, and I did recently pick up audiobooks too, as a way to start reading a little bit more.
Mhm.
um However, I mean, that then puts into question, like, what do people consider, like, do you read a lot? Like, some people I know wouldn't consider comics reading. Um, Others wouldn't consider audiobooks reading because you're not actually, like, putting your eyes on the page, or it's a different or long format or what have you. S Guys, guys, come on! Listen, I like my spice, alright? I like my spice. Basically,
Cilantro,
yes.
coriander, cinnamon,
Yeah,
sugar.
absolutely. Mhm. Uh, yeah, yeah.
Cayenne, lots of cayenne. Little
Uh, uh,
chili flakes on top
fun
of that.
fun fact, I actually don't like spicy, like, genuinely, like, don't like heat spicy things. So, 9 times out of 10, if I'm talking about spice, that's not what I'm talking about.
Mm.
Uh,
You're fine. You're fine.
Husband's putting me on blast. But truly, most people who are in my Discord server or in my Twitch chats know my reading habits already. So it's truly, in the words
Well,
of Dory,
so
it's fine.
it's fine. It's fine, right?
It's fine.
It works out, right? See,
Yeah,
it works. It's a good use of the. It's fine. It's fine.
it's fine.
And then everything is fine.
Hmm.
No, what? So I would consider avid reader as somebody who could sit down and read through a book or some kind of media, and they do so, say, once a month, once every other month. Whether that would be research articles to fan fictions or fiction novels or whatever historical. Like, to me, avid readers are people that sit down and they do this for fun as well as to help educate themselves and keep them going. So if that is something that you do, then yes, you would be an avid reader. Whether you read manga or you read the two or three sentences between the images on the porn page, I think either one counts.
To be fair, like, he says it's porn. He says it's porn, but I actually did read him out loud a chunk that I was reading. He's like, "There's no porn in this." I was like, "I know, it's exposition." He's like, "So why did you call it porn?" I was like, "Because, like, every other chapter is just like flop, 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 and it's fine." But, like, let's be real. It's there are certain tags that I look for when I'm
Flop,
reading
flop,
things.
flop, and it's fine.
It's fine.
I'm stuck on this. We needed the sound effects to go with it suddenly.
Well, because
Flop, flop, flop.
you know how in comics they write out the onomatopoeias.
Yeah.
Percy. I love how that summoned the Percy.
It's
My
fine. It's fine.
God.
It's
It's
fine.
great. The onomatopoeia in comics is hilarious. It is genuinely hilarious. Because, again, I was sitting there reading, and there were the one that I was reading, it really was like a very heavy story exposition based segment. I'm doing this like long form, like hands, because it's a webcomic and you're scrolling.
By the way, it's only ever FWAP with the O when it's something large being slammed on the ground. It's a FWAP when they're slapping each other around. So on the if we continue on the line of where you were at, I was reading him this thing that they called porn, and you use FWAP, FWAP, FWAP. Your onomatopoeia suggests something rather large and weighty being slammed down.
Sorry? I said what I said. I said what I said.
It's fine. It's fine.
But as I was scrolling through, I'm reading the speech bubbles to him, and there's like, or there's like, shink, or all of the little onomatopoeias. He's like, you have to read those too. You have to read those to me too. And I was like, this is gonna get real messy real fast if you make me read those too.
It's a monster pern.
Believe it or not, no. Believe it or not, no.
We're gonna end up killing Chad if we keep this conversation up too much longer.
That's fine. Not fine killing. Like, we can move on. That's what I mean by that's fine.
It's fine.
Take
it's
it a
fine.
Different direction. We don't have to make everybody uncomfortable.
I don't know that it's a matter of making people uncomfortable so much as I'm reading chat and people are trying to drink and are having violent explosions. So they're making their own personal onomatopoeias at this point.
Yeah, I have a habit of doing that. I'm sorry, guys. This is what I mean by, like, my friends said I was funny. They're like, I would watch you stream because of the shit that I say. It just falls out of my mouth because I don't really have a great filter.
There you go. See? It's fine. It's fine.
I am.
That's actually locked in place. Taya, again, would like to know, what is your favorite ice cream flavor?
Genuinely, it depends on what kind of a mood I'm in. I am not usually particular on ice cream flavors. I do lean more chocolate based. Yeah, I guess if you sat me down and like made me choose one out of like a wide variety, yeah, I guess I'd lean chocolate oriented. Like the more chocolate, the better. Like there's a Ben and Jerry's flavor.
Milk chocolate, fudge chocolate.
Again, I'm not too particular. I respect and appreciate all chocolates. I do enjoy a dark chocolate. But I like a white chocolate raspberry, love it. If you've got like a s'mores thing with milk chocolate in it, love it. You've got like a dark chocolate cherry, love it. I'm not really chocolate biased. I feel like all chocolate has its place. But as far as like if you're gonna ever try to win me over with a pint of Ben and Jerry's, chocolate therapy will always do the trick. Always. It's like a chocolate ice cream with chocolate chips and brownie chunks.
It just sounds like chocolate added on top of chocolate on top of chocolate on top of chocolate. And at that point, why not just have a bar of chocolate?
Because I wanted ice cream.
Let me just hand you a pound of sugar and the cocoa beans. You can just eat it all naturally. You'll get your chocolate fix anyways.
chocolate bar. I want an ice cream.
It's fine. It's fine.
Speaking of, this is like the 17th time ice cream has been mentioned in like the past 2 weeks, and we still have not gotten ice cream. I keep saying that it's going to be a thing. Babe.
Let's see.
Put it on the grocery list. I'm going to put it on. I know. What the fuck? Oh my God.
Come up in casual conversation in the middle of a Talk Tuesday.
Yeah. He did say that last night. Indeed, we were sitting talking about it, and he looked in the freezer. He was like, you know what we don't have right now? Ice cream. I was like, I know. I am.
Those are always the worst. You go looking for it, and you're like, it's not there.
We also live in a relatively small enough area too, where like things close down pretty early at night. So if you don't like act fast during the day, like that's it. Like, yeah, you just got to deal. You got to deal.
You're going to have to wait till tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. It's sad, but it's all right.
It's small town living. Like I used to live in a city in Virginia, called Windsor, Virginia, and literally had, when we moved in there, it had 2 stoplights, and by the time I left out of there, they got a 3rd one, and that was a big deal. Like we celebrated that shit. There was a parade. Like the school marching band got it there.
Oh yeah,
we got a
light. Yeah. Yup. I get it because that's the town I grew up in. It was literally one stop. It was one stop at the 4 corners, and like everything literally on the corners was named 4 corners something or other. And then there was one on the opposite side of the main road, and like that was it. Everything else was just stop signs. That was it.
Yep. The only reason why that city had stoplights is because it was, if you find it on the map, it's right on 460, which 460 is a major highway. I say major highway. It's a major 2-lane highway that ran from Suffolk all the way out to Petersburg.
Oh.
So that was actually like a normal travel route for big rig trailers and hauling peanuts and everything else. So we had a stoplight there because right where Windsor is situated at, there's the other major highway for all of the pig factories that were up in Smithfield. That was 258. And so right there at 460 and 258, we had 2 stoplights. And that's because that was a major intersection of 2 highways that saw a lot of truck transit traffic on it. And still had a ton.
Wasn't quite that aggressively dangerous. Like there were other ways around where we lived that we didn't have a lot of like semi traffic.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, we did still only have the 2 stoplights, and as my husband's saying, he's from Maine, and his little town didn't even have a stoplight.
Okay. Sometimes that's just the way it is. We had stoplights because you only have one overturned pig truck. And that smell doesn't go away for months. And like, no.
Can't even wrap my head around that. That sounds awful.
Well, they bring these pigs in from all across the state. And so they've been in the back of this truck being fed, driving down the road. Pigs still have to go to the bathroom. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't stay in. You get in behind the pig truck and you're like, no, nope, because I'm not washing my car again and you quickly like pull over to the side of the road. Like you watch people like, oh, there's a pig truck, and like it's like parting the Red Sea. Like you just see cars.
Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Go ahead. Go on.
I don't even. I don't even want to consider the onomatopoeia for a flip pig truck.
Mm.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
No. So chocolate, anything chocolate,
Yeah.
you're good with that.
Pretty much, yeah.
All right, so what everybody hears now is next time we find out it's Bunny's birthday, everybody, we all just pitch in and just start sending her chocolate ice cream.
2 weeks, guys. 25th.
Oh, well, there you go. We even have a date and time. All right. So
yeah.
Get your Uber delivery orders ready. We'll just start shipping like buckets of ice cream to her house. It'd be fine.
Oh my God. I won't have the freezer space.
No. We don't send spoons. No. We don't send the spoons. She is the spoon. She doesn't need spoons. She'll wake up the day of her birthday and be like, "Why is there a line of trucks outside that? What is going on?" Mark's like,
"Oh God,
we have ice cream. We have ice cream. We don't need ice cream for the rest of the year. We have."
I'm gonna have to go out that day to get like a chest freezer, like 16.
Be like, quick, start eating. Don't stop.
It's like the best and worst way to find out whether or not you could be the kid from Matilda.
Oof.
Yeah, best and worst way.
Oh, that honestly, that just makes my teeth hurt thinking about it.
I don't have sweet sensitive teeth. I have heat sensitive teeth. I don't have sweet sensitive teeth.
Well, count your stars. Because, yeah. No, that's anyways. I had another question I was going to ask, and then I forgot what it was because we switched gears and we were talking about ice cream, and you got off lucky. Dragon would like to know, if you were isekai'd into a world of swords and magic, and was able to have 5 gifts, what would it be and why?
You know, I've heard this question asked several times, and I knew it was coming up.
Do you need me to explain what isekai is?
No. Believe it or not, I'm actually quite a fan of the genre. We're actually watching one now, Konosuba. Hysterical, by the way.
It is hysterical.
Top tier comedy. However, I was not prepared for this question, despite knowing that it was coming. Magic and swords. 5. Was it 5 gifts? You said?
Yep. 5 gifts and or skills.
Gifts.
Excuse me. It's able to have 5 gifts. They didn't claim skills. They said gifts. So they have modified their question.
5 gifts. Well. I think one of the primary things I would like to be gifted with is this isn't going to sound as like magical and wonderful, the ability to genuinely ask for help, and like I guess be more comfortable and like confident in realizing that I am not capable of doing something, and rather than either struggling my way through it, being able to openly, comfortably depend on the people around me. And if that's a magical gift, if that's like magically imbued, cool. If it's just like a life skill that I've learned, even better. Um, but that's definitely something that I would like. From a magical standpoint, time manipulation, for sure. Not even like, oh, I want to go back in time or I want to, change things in time. Just literally be able to stop time for 5 minutes, an hour, give myself a chance to breathe. Um, that kind of thing.
Right.
Because I do a lot. I do a lot.
Just
And
just
sometimes,
being able to have a moment is always is useful. So there's I don't see anything wrong with
yeah,
that.
yeah. I mean, one of the biggest things that again, that I struggle with in my day-to-day life is that there aren't enough hours in the day for all of the things that I want to do or need to do. Um, so for sure, some kind of time manipulation, not necessarily even to go back in time or go forward in time, just stop time. Um, so that's two. Um, a third one would probably be like a mage hands kind of situation. Um, having extra hands to do things would be cool. Oh, I'm pretty sure. Oh, it's a chat command. I know what you're
Well,
talking about.
if it's a chat command, I would have to go look it up to see what the commands are, and I don't know. And you know what? You put the pieces out there, deal with it.
Ooh, somebody called Nerd. Nerd knows how to do it. Um, but yeah, so that was what, two, three, that was three.
3.
A fourth would be, I would genuinely like to be able to make food, uh, tasty food. Like not like transform something inedible into something edible, but like genuinely just have the knowledge or the magic or the skill set or again, what have you, to be able to pull something together and have a satisfying meal, something that like genuinely hit the spot. Um, like I cook,
Mm-hmm.
but I still, you get down to those last couple of things in the pantry, and you're like, God damn it, man! Like, why can't I think of anything better? Now I gotta go grocery shopping, but why can't I think of anything better? So that'd be fun. Um, that's four. Five. Shapeshift. I'd like to shapeshift. I think. I think that would be really fun not only to fuck with people,
Right.
but just, you know, have fun. Like the amount of time that I spend dyeing my hair and I enjoy dyeing my hair. I would do crazy things more frequently if I could, but it's time, it's money, and I don't really have that luxury. So shapeshifting would be cool, even if it was just simple things like that, like changing simple things about your appearance.
Okay.
Okay, Envy. I'm pretty sure I said something like about at least 5 of the 7 sins in like each one of those.
I was like, I'm okay. I'm just, I'm go for it. I'm just here. You're
Yeah,
good.
no.
It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, and even speaking on that, I think it's human nature to want things that you either don't have or can't have. Um so yeah, and how you decide to use those things is definitely up for interpretation and imagination.
Right.
So just fjord. If the men know we can shift, they'll call the church. I'm glad people understood that reference. Oh man.
Congratulations, you managed to get her to laugh hard enough she peaked her mic and Discord cut her off.
Hey, hi. I'm actually good at that.
It's fine, right? It's fine.
I know. I'm actually having fun talking, Taya. I'm having a good time. Like, I'm focusing. My brain can't do a lot of things at once. Talking and doing things. Like, y'all watched me play Borderlands. I can't, like, shoot and talk at the same time.
Yeah, we've seen it. Here's a bullet for you. Here's a bullet for you. Oh, you didn't get one? Here, have 2 of them. Ha ha ha.
Oh, right. What was chat on
about? You're a little violent in that game. Ah.
Listen. I don't get to be violent a lot of the time.
I don't know who's worse, you or Nerd in that game, because
when you have a little bit of rage outlet, it's good to let it out. I like violence sometimes.
It's fine. It's fine. I think it's fine. We're gonna say it's fine. We're gonna say it's fine. Let's see. Shadow Tora would like to know, painting or digital art, which do you like doing more?
For the soul and for the skill of it, I very much prefer the act of using traditional media.
Mm-hmm.
I love my watercolors dearly. However, being a mom of 3 and again, not having enough hours in the day, it's not easy to pick those things up anymore. So I am very grateful for the fact that I have found comfort in digital work. I also appreciate the fact that I can fuck up a lot more in digital work, because you make one wrong paint stroke or on a watercolor and you're done. You have to start over. Which can be frustrating, and at the same time it does teach you a lot about learning to let go. And not being like too attached to things from that material standpoint.
Right.
But for ease of use and being able to create whenever I want, wherever I want, I love the digital aspect. I all of the work that I've been doing for Toda, I typically do sitting on my living room floor while our youngest literally just jumps around on the couch, and I make sure that I'm playing goalie to keep her from like doing an absolute fucking scorpion fall like right off the edge. And one of the reasons why I was actually in such a serious burnout for the longest time there was because I was forced to allocate my drawing times to very specific hours, and when you are a creative person with ADHD, you don't get to choose when the hyperfocus and the dopamine hits. You either work with what you got or you're struggle bussing it. And uh so being able to now literally create again whenever and wherever I want, it has opened up a lot more in how much I'm able to create,
Hmm.
and I'm more comfortable with what I've been creating too. So it's kind of a double-edged sword in a way. I miss not being able to sit and use watercolors because god damn, I have some really nice buttery watercolors. They are smooth as silk and they are so nice to use. If anybody wants a relatively cheap watercolor set to try out, the Kuretake Gansai Tambi uh watercolor palettes are so nice. Um they blend beautifully and there is something so satisfying about that pigment hitting the paper and just spreading and, watching the things all come together. So I do miss that. I genuinely do miss that. But if I were only doing that, already I I'm a slow artist. So not only would I be waiting to find the right moment, like it would take me no less than 6 years to finish one thing. Honestly, it
Well,
already takes me multiple years to finish one thing at this rate. But well, of my own pieces, of my own like personal pieces, it takes me multiple years. But as far as uh Tota stuff I've been knocking out like crazy because it's digital and because it's there and it's easy to do and that kind of thing. But yeah, like my personal stuff, it would just never get done. Quite frankly, it would never get done ever.
well, it's fair to say too, right? When I think we tend to put aside our personal desires and our personal designs on things that we want to do for the needs of other things. Like it's really easy to go, well, this is for me, so I can, if it takes me 20 years to get it done, I don't care. Versus that's
Yeah,
not for me, that's for somebody else, and no, that really needs to get done, yesterday. And so I
and
think
a lot of what
it's
I was.
mhm.
No, go ahead.
No, you're fine. Go.
I was gonna say a lot of what I was falling into with my burnout period too was I had gotten so into the mindset that every single thing that I made needed to be able to be sold in my Etsy shop or at my artist alley tables or what have you. It needed to be profitable. Everything needed to be profitable.
Hmm.
And creating with that mindset, like I found myself just absolutely hating everything for the longest time. Like I would try to work on something new or something tangential and it just wasn't happening because I still knew in the back of my head like had to I had to be able to sell it. Um and it wasn't until I got, believe it or not, my iPad that I was just like, you know what? No, fuck it. Like I don't need I'm very fortunate enough where and I know this isn't the situation for everybody. I'm very fortunate enough to the fact that I don't have to work a day job right now. My husband is the breadwinner of our family, so to speak. And my primary job is childcare, and kind of anything else outside of that, I get to choose. I know that's not common for our generation at all. Um, and it makes me uncomfortable sometimes. Uh, Oh, I did not mean for this to get emotional. I'm making myself emotional. God damn. Sorry, guys. No, there's definitely a lot of like Brother Fjord says, I didn't put myself first. I didn't want to put myself first. I
Mm-hmm.
always felt like I had to contribute. Ha, ha, ho. Not today. Not today. We're not doing this today.
Breathe. It's fine if you need to take a minute. You're fine.
No,
and you share only what you want to share. You can stop at any point in time.
No.
It's just fine.
It's not even that I have problems sharing it. It's just I'm such a fucking emotional person, just on a day-to-day basis, that I mean, you know how easy it is to make me cry. God damn. There was a week on stream where I was crying for like literally a week straight.
Oh, I think you fell into that particular trap when somebody bought your mermaid photo off and you.
Yeah. It wasn't a photo. It was the actual original painting.
Okay.
Which again, like it's just one of those things where you know, that was a me piece. I made that for me. And it was one of those things where, for shits and giggles, I put the original painting up on Etsy, and I put a nice price tag on it. Just thinking, you know what, if it sells one day, it sells. It's been on the Etsy shop for 2017. It's 2024 now. I'm not good at math, but that's how long it's been on there. Since 2017, it was there. I'm not even going to try to do the mental gymnastics to do that math. 7. Thank you, Saya. And again, it was one of those personal pieces that hit really close to home. And so when it did sell, and again, it happened live on stream, I was just flabbergasted and confused and grateful. And it was a wild experience. It's still a wild experience, and I am like getting choked up and teary thinking about it, because it was so validating. Yeah. It's a good time. It's a good time when something unexpected like that happens.
Yes. But I mean, that's, see, and this is, and I tell people this, right? And one of the things that I like, for me, I'm writing a software. The entire purpose of that piece of software is to help build moments like this. As a streamer, the most rewarding thing that you can have is that moment where you and your chat connect at a physical level, at an emotional level, at a you know, almost say spiritual level, but you know, we'll not get too crazy about it. But you have that momentary where you have this connection and you build this beautiful memory that is just this thing that now lives not just in your head, but in everybody that was there at that point in time where they got to connect with you. That is a powerful memory that is not just yours, but is now shared by you and your entire chat that was there. And generally, these are the sort of moments that people come back to see, to be a part of, to want to experience, because it's such a rewarding experience, not just for us as streamers, but for people that sit in chat and interact at chat. Like I'm on both sides of the fence, right? I sit in chats as well as I do streams. I've seen you pop around occasionally in chats as well, but you know, life is busy. We all stay pretty busy.
Yeah.
But there are always these little finite moments that come up that just are defining moments in a stream. They help drop these little lore moments that they make you feel, in your case, vindicated for things that you have done. And it's just beautiful little moment.
Yeah. And tying back to the, whole
Just swiped a piece
need.
from Rose and stuck it in the puzzle.
Yeah. Love you, roast. But again, it was just, it ties back to that whole, like, I know I have the freedom to do things, and the grace to do things.
Mm-hmm.
But putting myself first is never easy, and
No.
genuinely, like, those little moments of payout, and not like literal payout, but just like
Yeah.
emotional payout. Um, they're so fucking worth it, man. They are so fucking worth it. Absolutely worth it.
It's fun.
I
It's a bit of magic.
Yeah. 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 Like I never you can swipe it, I gave it to you. I truly never expected anything more from my Twitch start than to be able to have a shared space with my friends where they could watch me be a goober. And if it was only ever like the 3 or 4 of them, cool, fine. I did it for a couple of months, whatever. It's great. Onward. Maybe we'll move to something next. I'm done with this for now. But no, just the amount of people that I have come into contact with and communication with since March. And I've said this in my own stream, and I've said this in other people's streams, and I'm gonna keep saying it until I'm blue in the face. It's just unreal, genuinely unreal how supportive these corners of the internet that I've managed to step into are, and how creatively fulfilling they are. Because I was talking to Bates um about how there was a time period where I was so, again, drastically burnt out that I couldn't touch anything, and I wasn't happy with anything for years. I did the absolute bare minimum on my art stuff that I could. Most of it was like, oh, well, okay, I'm gonna re-put this design on, 6 other things because people are asking for it. And that was the extent of what I was capable of doing. I wasn't genuinely wasn't creating anything new. And since starting Twitch and since making those connections and just being in everybody's chats and talking to everybody, I've been introduced to I've been introduced to Bates, I've been introduced to Nerd and Brother Fjord, and the way that the community has all come together. I've been hanging out in Rose's art streams. I love hanging out there because seeing the difference in the creative skills and just the way that the concepts are attacked is, sometimes you have those brain blast moments where you're like, oh shit, like shit. That is a brilliant way to handle that. And Hales' art streams too. I love watching people's art streams so much. I didn't even know that was a thing. Like, truly, I thought Twitch was gaming only. Shows you how little I knew about Twitch. But it just, the amount of creative energy outside of traditional media.
Mm-hmm.
You've got the storytelling, you've got the music aspect of it, you've got the world building of all these different things. You've got voice acting, you've got game development, you've got all of that, your wheelhouse, software development, and so many different talents coming together genuinely pulled me out of this creative funk, and I am creating things at such a breakneck pace now that my husband's like, hey, hey, hi, hello, up here, put the pencil down. Hey, hi, dinner. Dinner. I was like, right, sorry, right. I mean, even as I was coming up here to start getting ready for stream, I was working on something for Toda. And for those of you who don't know, what are you doing? Tales of the Time March. Hey, hi, D&D campaign run by the beautiful Bates blogs. I will plug this every opportunity that I get. Check us out Thursdays at 1 p.m. Eastern on the Tales of the Time March Twitch. I did the thing. Oh, yes, not feed him, feed me. Like, I'm not paying attention enough to things to actually feed myself. Not him, like, saying, hey, yo, where's my food at? No, he does not demand food.
It's okay, Marcus. We understand. We got you.
Yeah. But it's just, it is. It's just like, I jokingly said it in the D&D like chat that my Apple Pencil was gonna catch fire by the end of the week, and it is just one of those things where like can't stop, won't stop. It's crazy. It's crazy.
But it's one of those things. As long as you're enjoying yourself and you're having fun at it, then that's the important bits, right?
Yeah.
As a creative person, you find that your skills, your abilities to do things, the passion that you want to put into your projects. A lot of this is all really kind of people go, well, you just paint a picture. It's a little bit more than just painting a picture. Like there's energy involved in doing that. The whole creative process in general takes a lot of energy just to get up off the ground to going.
Yeah, 100%. Like if I'm not in the right mood, I'm not in the right mindset, I don't have the right music going. Like if you are tuning into a lot of my things lately, I genuinely do play the same playlist. And I know some people might find that annoying, but that's what I need. In order to
I do the same thing. I have
damn thing.
When I write code, I have a coding music that I listen to. And I listen to it all the time. It's the same 13 songs over and over again. I get
it. Or if I'm like one of the pieces that I'm working on now is an Utena fan art piece. And one of the reasons why I haven't worked on it in a minute is because a lot of the time with my fan art pieces, what I do to help get myself into that mental mindset is it doesn't matter how long or short a series is, I will put that series on. And if that series is only 13 episodes long, it's grand total like 6 hours. That's not mathing. Yes, it is. Yeah, that is. That's mathing. I was like, hang on. If it is only 6 hours and that's the start and end of it, you can damn well guaranteed I'm going to have that same 6 hours on repeat, and for the 40, 50, 60, 100 plus hours it takes for me to get that done. The hyperfixation, ADHD, maybe it's autism, I don't know. Whatever it is what it is, and that's what I typically need. But because I haven't Muse, yeah. And one of the things with the Utena piece too is tying it back to that is I really haven't had the time to sit and do that. Now, when I originally sat and started working on the Utena piece on stream, I didn't set the videos for VODs because I knew I wanted to stream and comment on the series itself. So we did a live watch of the series together, and anybody who was in the stream that day got to watch an episode of Utena with me, or like 3 or 4. Um, whatever, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. It's fine.
It's fine. But
you didn't publish the VOD, you didn't rebroadcast it, you didn't save it.
Yeah. And so that was great. That was really great, being able to do that and have those conversations and like explain why I love the series so much. But again, like I do need that kind of constant input of whatever it is I'm doing in order to make sure that I'm in the right mindset to do it. So that's one of the reasons why I haven't really gone back to that piece a lot, because it's difficult. It's difficult to make sure that I'm in the right groove for it. Uttanakar, yes.
Uttanakar.
Yes.
Uttana.
Oh man.
But again, these are the things. I mean, it doesn't matter whether you paint with a brush, you paint with a digital pen, whether you play an instrument, whether you write code for a living. All of these, hell, for that matter, it doesn't even matter if you lay brickwork or you do flooring or anything. Like, people who are really passionate about the things that they do, they get really creative about the things that they do, even if it's something over. Like my uncle was a roofer, loved roofing. Man was an artist when it came to roofing. That was what he enjoyed doing. That was his passion. And he would put on music and he would go out there and he would lay shingling. And he would lay shingling faster than anybody I've ever seen doing it. And it looked like he was literally painting shingles on with his hand and his nail gun. I mean, like, it was fantastic. But it's such a creative process. Anytime you make something, it is a very creative process. It uses that side of the brain. And if you're in the wrong place for it, you're not being inspired for whatever reason, forcing it just makes it worse.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And those are the moments too when you get into that funk and you hate everything. You hate everything. Yeah. And you do start to feel like you started making the wrong decision about what you wanted to do, when you second guess yourself, and it starts to impact you personally. Like it's almost like a self-sabotage type thing. It's rough. It's really rough. And yeah. Thankfully, I'm no longer there.
There you go.
Thankfully, I'm no longer there. But it's a very, very, very personal, mentally taxing endeavor to be a creative full time. 100%. 100%. Make it great.
Don't need the vacuum. The pieces they're not dragged all over the place. Pieces are fine. I feel like vacuuming kind of cheats the system a little.
That's fair. Snuck 'em. Oh, that makes me think, like, so one of the series that I actually did spend a lot of time working on was the I have a Madoka Magica series, which is a great show.
Absolutely fantastic.
Phenomenal show. It's definitely like up there next to Sailor Moon. It's my second favorite. But it is not for the faint of heart. Not from a gore standpoint, but from a psychological standpoint. And especially if you start...
That's accurate. I would agree with that.
Yeah. Especially if you delve into the movie, there's a lot of open-ended ways that things are handled that really do leave you feeling kind of hollow and empty. Especially if you find yourself being a very empathetic person. It can fuck with you, and it did fuck with me, because again, Madoka is a very short series. It's 12 episodes. Oh yeah. And when you have that on loop day in, day out for months on end, it to you. It's fine. It's fine.
We're going to teach Bunny a new catchphrase.
It's fine. I wasn't in a depressed slump for months. It's fine.
It's fine. Deep, right? It's fine. It's fine. What I find really interesting is how many people come on Talk Tuesday, pick that up, because I'm just saying it all the time, and then it takes them a couple, 3 or 4 streams before it finally rinses out of their normal vocabulary. You kind of show up. It's fine. It's fine.
Oh no, I am very much one of those people who, everybody at this point, everybody knows the dog sitting in the flaming house, sipping the cup of coffee. This is fine. That's my motto. That's absolutely my day-to-day life motto. This is fine. Everything's fine. This is fine. There's nothing wrong here. This is fine. This is fine. I'm fine. Are you? Everything's fine.
I'm excellent. Thank you for asking.
Nothing to see here, folks. Keep it moving.
Oof. See, now that statement alone just brings back memories of Looney Tunes in the World War II.
Pardon?
Some of the old Looney Tunes cartoons were around World War II.
Mm-hmm.
And that sort of thing. So there was a lot of war style, most of them picking fun at war and everything. But like during like big air raids, there was a little gremlin guy who'd walk around. Nothing to see here. Lights out. Everybody go home. It's fine.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Wow.
Fine.
I see.
Moving on. It's fine.
Never seen those, have you?
Those ones, no. I gotta say, those ones I haven't. Then again, I wasn't a very big Looney Tunes kid, for the most part.
It's fine. I'm just showing my age.
No. I mean, the fact that I know what Looney Tunes is probably shows my age a little bit too. And, that's all, folks.
Oh, I think everybody knows Looney Tunes.
I think you put too much faith in humanity right now.
If you started mentioning Bugs Bunny, yes.
I don't know.
Everybody,
I fear for
Dory
the
is ancient. I can't argue with that. I am indeed ancient. In my day,
I'm not that much younger. Like I feel like I'm not that much younger.
Would you care to take a wager on that?
I'd say you've got a decade on me at best.
Pretty close.
Yeah, that's Mm-hmm. That's what I guessed. But yeah, I mean, to be fair, there's only 4 years between me and my husband, and there are things that I will say and do where he's just like, "What fucking generation are you from again? Like, what are you doing? Who are you talking to?"
A lot of that is going to be depending on where you grew up at too.
Yeah, I can see that.
And like the people who influenced your early life, right? Like for me, I spent a lot of time with my grandmother, so I learned. I watched a lot of Bob Ross videos growing up as a kid.
Fair,
not reruns, like the actual Bob Ross, like as he was.
That's
we
fair.
got to watch him when he was actually doing this stuff live and whatnot.
Painting the happy little trees.
Yes, and they were happy little trees and happy little clouds, and there's no such thing as we're just gonna have happy little accidents and they're fine and there's nothing to worry about.
There's no mistakes. They're just happy little accidents. Oh, I'm versed in the ways of Bob Ross.
Where it wants to go. It's fine.
It's fine. This is fine.
Just dab right here. It's okay. Just let the brush go. Yes, I lived like my summers were spent listening to Bob Ross daily. Because where we grew up at, they played his episodes like almost on repeat nonstop. And my grandmother was an artist. So my grandmother was really good with paints and loved painting. She would do sceneries and whatnot and follow the Bob Ross tutorials and everything else.
Hell yeah.
Always fascinating. I can't draw a straight line to save my life. Don't ask. I can barely do stick figures.
Common. That's more common than you'd think.
Yeah.
I'm mostly from a family of engineers and such myself. So I very much hear that frequently. And even in my day-to-day, I get it, comments about it in my stream and whatnot. And I will say this as far as the there's something that comes up commonly in the same vein that's like, some people will say anybody can be an artist. Some people will say no, not necessarily, like you either are or you aren't. And I wager to say that's only half true. Either way, no matter what you think you are or what you think you aren't, if you have the determination, the motivation, and the drive to
you can be anything you want to be. Yes.
Exactly. Actually sit down and educate yourself and put the work in, you're gonna be good at something. And
You're
it doesn't matter
right.
if it's music, if it's art, if it's engineering, if it's science. If you're dedicated enough, you can do the thing too. Which is one of the things that drives me nuts about the Gen AI shenaniganry that's happening lately. Pardon me and my own personal tangents here. A lot of people are saying that Gen AI is making art more accessible to people who aren't artists. It's like, no, actually, no. Nobody was ever stopping you. The only person that was stopping you was yourself. Pick up a pencil. Learn. Sorry for the blunt truth. Do it. Just do it.
Follow the old Nike commercials. Just do it.
Just do it. Just shut up and do it. But yeah, no, I mean, it's a skill. It's a skill, and if you don't keep up with it, and if you don't practice it, you're gonna get rusty. You're gonna be bad at it.
Yeah.
And if you don't have the dedication to stick to it, it's like teaching yourself a new language. You're not gonna know what you're doing. And you might make a fool of yourself every now and then, but the people who are willing to teach you will teach you as long as you're nice about it. And the only thing stopping you is yourself.
Yes. I have neither the skill, the talent, or the drive to become an artist.
Sure.
I understand that, and I have zero desire to spend the time to learn to draw. So when I tell people I am not an artist, I mean that in the very literal sense of I am not an artist, and nor do I ever plan to be one.
Now, I will say that music is an art form. And so while you are not a...
Music is mathematics. I'm sorry. I'm going to cut you off right there.
Okay. All right. That's your wheelhouse, not mine. I get it. I'm on board.
So, okay, you take a guitar gets tuned to a certain frequency of vibration, right? All guitar chords, and this goes the same as piano chords and musical chords and whatnot, they're actually mathematically, the waveforms come together in a way that's mathematically viable. Like you're always adding. So when you take a note and then you add another note to it, you're adding 1 + 1. Now, if you add the right notes together, then they harmonize, they play well. It's a good formula. It's just math. So when we start talking about music, people are like, oh, well, you can do music. Well, music's just math, and it's repetitive math. Like once you figure out how to do a chord, okay, great. I've got a chord. I can build on the chord.
Okay.
But I am an engineer. Like I'm a digital engineer. I tell everybody I am a digital engineer. I am a software developer, right? First and foremost, I enjoy writing code. And I learned to play music when I was younger. I never got really good at writing my own music until I sat down, was talking with an old software developer who's like, you know, music and what you do for software are kind of tied together. They're both just advanced forms of mathematics after a bit. And he explained to me about the waveforms and how they're all additive waveforms. And when you're making music, you're just writing out a formula. You're figuring out an algorithm, as it were, for how this music should sound. And so now you have this mathematical formula in your head that is now put down to music and expressed in waveforms. And you're like, that's actually really cool. It's fascinating. It's so to me, this is interesting. And so now yes. Do I play music? Yes. Do I make music? Yes. To me, it's math. Not everybody sees it as math. A lot of people go, no, honestly, I like the way it sounds. That's music. But
I've never had it explained to me that way because I'm not a STEM brain person. At all. I can't math to save my life. I can barely do basic addition. If I can't do it on my fingies, I gotta bust out a calculator. Like, just straight facts here right now. Straight fucking facts. And no shame in it either. I'm not a STEM brain person. I think it's all fascinating. And that's why my husband and I think complement each other very well, because he is a STEM brain person. We were actually talking about this earlier, how one of the reasons why we do work together the way that we do is I fill in the gaps that he can't creative brain, and he fills in the gaps that I can't STEM brain. And I truly have never heard music broken down like that, but it makes sense because it is. It's a yeah, it is. It's a formulaic, genuinely a formulaic, just mishmash of things that makes sense, that somebody made sense of.
Well, everybody views the world in slightly different spectacles, right? To me, the world is words. You can do it, right? Yes.
I don't work good.
But I write code for a living. This is what I do in my spare time. I do it for my full-time job. I do it because to me this is fun. I like solving puzzles. I like fixing things. I like inventing new things. Like that's my creative process. So for me, music and code writing are all the same basic mediums, which works out really well because when I'm struggling trying to come up with an algorithm, which is just nothing more than, a fancy word is saying I'm making a mathematical formula to tell a computer how to do something 100 times exactly the right way, how I want it to formulate, and how I want it to do the mathematics for this operation I want it to do. That's what we're building. And so a lot of times I get stuck in ruts where I'm like, I don't know how I want to express this. And sometimes it's easier for me to reach back, grab my guitar, and I'll do that. And I'll reach back and grab my guitar and I will start playing music. And I use the music to find my way through the mathematical formula because again, it's all additive. but it's all instructional additive when you're making music. So I have been making and recording music for a little over 10 years now, because this is how it helps me to do the thing.
Do the brain thing.
But everybody has their tick.
Yeah.
I think Taya's running around just like spreading the pieces out so that I'll come and vacuum.
Vacuum.
There, they've been spread out. Please. Now that aside, we have definitely gone down some weird rabbit holes tonight, but that's all right.
Listen, if anybody's gonna go down a weird rabbit hole, it's the rabbit. Like, let's be real.
Yeah, I figured as much, but I was honestly during your introduction, you don't know how hard I had to work to stray away from, Bunny's going to show us around her hole, because I'm like, that is not going to sound appropriate. I don't care how many times I try to reword that.
Yeah, yup. There it is. Oh my God.
I'm like, I don't know how to put no, I can't use that statement, because no matter how many times I'm like, how can I no, it never comes out right. Nope.
We're just gonna skip that one. We're just gonna show that one and not use that for the introduction. We can bring that in at the tail end, but tail end.
We'll figure out how
right now.
Well, yeah, no, they're just, it's all right. It's fine. Lady Experiment would like to know, toilet paper roll on the top or on the bottom?
Oh, on the top. Are you heathen? On the top.
I imagine this is the conversation about whether or not when you go to tear, it's coming over the top or on the back.
That's what I'm assuming too.
Interesting enough, in Puerto Rico, it was on the bottom, and you did it on the bottom because we had bugs and spiders that would get into the house. And so before you would pull the toilet paper, you slapped it against the wall to kill anything that may have been on the other side of that you couldn't see before you pulled toilet paper. So if you ever go down there,
it's terrifying. I don't like that. No, thank you. That just makes me think of like, oh my God, again, I'm a night owl. I am up at the wee hours of the morning, and thinking about going to the bathroom in the dark, and all of a sudden you're jump scared by a 8-legged critter. I would be screaming so loud. No. I don't. I don't spider.
So
I don't spider.
I don't spider. Yeah. So this, again, the only point I'm bringing up for that, the only reason why I'm bringing that up is, it really kind of just depends on where you live at and what you grew up with.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Maybe my heathen comment was a little aggressive. Maybe my heathen comment was a little aggressive. I apologize. But if you don't live in a potentially dangerous situation, paper users are heathens. I did. I actually have like severe arachnophobia. Not so severe to the point where I can't talk about spiders even, or like the conversation or topic of them like will set me on edge. But if I see them, I literally just like scan my ceiling right now. It doesn't matter how big or small they are. The incident that Taya's actually talking about is there was a little baby, like little, super tiny little baby, and it decided.
Cute little baby spider.
I don't know. I don't know how fucking old the goddamn thing was. All I know was that it decided it wanted to go skydiving above my head. And
Oh yeah, that's never going to settle well with anybody.
no, and it was the kind of thing where it absolutely was making a web. Uh but it was literally right here above where I sit. Now this is my main hub for everything, where I do my Etsy orders,
Hmm.
where I do most of my like upstairs art or my anything creative. This is where I am.
Your
Um
space.
my space, it's my space. And I'm staring at the ceiling again. Uh it decided it wanted to exist in a like 3 foot radius diameter, like a 3 foot diameter circle, literally right above my space. And it wanted to
Ah,
skydive again, anywhere between 2 to 5 feet. The ceilings up here aren't like standard ceilings. We've got tray ceiling, or not tray ceilings, but the thing where the roof is angled up here. Um, and it did it.
vaulted.
It yes. Well, uh,
They're
it
either vaulted or they're A-framed, but it's basically where the roof goes up into a peak.
yeah, my ceilings are angled in this segment, and then there's a flat section, and yeah, architecture,
Yeah.
taking into architecture. Uh,
It's an attic.
it was it's an attic. It's fine. It decided to do the thing, and it scared me. It genuinely scared me to the point where I was having like a panic attack,
Hmm.
and I finally got the like, because when I first saw it start like doing its little skydiving thing, I ran to the other side of the room and I just like kept my eyes on it. Like if I lose sight of this thing, I'm going to lose sight of it. I'm never going to see it again, and then it's going to permanently set up home in the attic here, and it's going to just torment me for the rest of my days. It's fine. And finally I was able to break eye contact with it, and I came downstairs, and I was crying. I was like, ran to my husband. I was like, please, please, for the love of God, please, I need you to come take care of this thing. And he gets upstairs and he nabs it, and he what happened to it, I don't know, because he just went off with it. And he came back up and he was like, like, for real, are you okay? Like, are you okay? I was like, he's like, at first he thought I was just like being dramatic, because I was like, I did not seem like I was in my right mind. Uh, he heard me screaming. He thought it was one of the neighbors. Um, and he was just like when he saw the like sheer panic on my face, he was like, yo, like, hey, it's okay. It's okay. I
All
got
right.
it. You're okay. Everything's fine. Take a deep breath. Are you genuinely okay? And I was like, yeah, I wasn't, but I am now. Thank you. You got the very small big bad that was harassing me. I appreciate you. Uh that was a different incident, Taya. There was a period where we had the windows open, and I guess our screens aren't like the most secure. And so there was another little spider that was crawling along the ceiling, and I just kept periodically like staring up at it. And my husband just so happened to be in chat, and I was like, "Oh my God, you're here! Please come take care of the spider, please! Please, I got it's right here." Like, I'm staring at it, and sure enough, he came up and took care of it, and that was that. He's my spider killer, spider remover, spider relocator. I don't necessarily know what happens to them all the time, but yes, I don't
Don't
I
really
don't
care what happens to them all the time.
Yeah, no. And I feel bad because there are spider lovers out there. Uh, I Phobias are phobias for a reason. I can't control it. I wish I could.
Yes. Well, I mean, spiders serve a purpose. So generally speaking, I try not to kill them, but I will absolutely relocate them. Like,
Which is totally fine. Shadow Tora, cat, when they lived with us for a short time there, I would absolutely catch them and take them outside and relocate them. And I was like, if you can do that, by all means, like, please do. I understand they have a purpose and a place, and I just need them to not be near me. Like, need them to not be near me. Rational brain, when they're not in my immediate vicinity, is like, yes, they're good for the environment and they kill all the bad bugs mostly. And, they do all sorts of things, good things. But when I'm literally face to face with them, it's like just instant. Everything goes blank. Everything goes blank and the fear sets in. I'm just like, fuck. Fuck. Can't do anything. I am frozen here in fear. Great.
There's a spider here. It needs to go away. It needs not to be here anymore. Thank you.
But yeah, no, I am 100% like, if you can trap and release it,
go for it.
Go for it. I am not a 100% like, it has to die. Just get it out of my vicinity, please. Please. I'm begging.
It doesn't have to die. It just doesn't have to stay here.
Yeah. Like, I'm really, really sorry that my house got built on your old home. However, this is now my home, and I need you to not be in it. Sorry. Sorry. And Rose, honestly, that is so respectful. That is so goddamn respectful. I wish. I am the kind of person where I will go out of my way to avoid them. Like, if I am in nature where they belong and I don't, I will walk so far around them and leave them be, and you enjoy your home.
I will say this: do not ever play the game Grounded.
Thank you for the heads up. I will add that to the blacklist.
Don't ever play the game. Have you ever watched the movie Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?
Yes. No.
That's what the game is. Only you're out in the backyard, and spiders. Spiders are a very, very large part of the ecosystem out there.
Violated the treaty. Yes, it did.
So
indeed.
There you go. There's your fair warning on that game. So if anybody's like, hey, you should try this out. No. Because,
like, I can't even really handle, like, in the classic Zelda games, the Skulltulas, the ones that would, like, literally just drop. They're spindly enough and scary enough that they would genuinely jump scare me. And it would take me a minute to be like, okay, all right, I need to put this game down for a second. I'm fine. This is fine.
Yeah, those guys aren't
the
that
new
bad,
ones. No, the new ones now, though, like in Echoes of Wisdom, they're cute and they're cartoonized and they're they're little, like, they don't bother me. But no,
like, I love Eight-Legged Freaks. That was such a good movie. Such a good movie. I'm not going to tell you to watch it, but it's the only movie I've ever seen where they run over a freaking spider and it squeals. It like, all the noises that they made for spiders in that movie literally sound like somebody's got a dog toy in their hand. Squeak. And it's just funny.
Not Aragog. And that one, I think Aragog was so unrealistically, like, disproportionate. Like, it broke that immersion enough for me that Aragog didn't bother me. But yeah, no, typically, like, I can't even. I live in Maryland, right? Crab Central. I can't crab because they're sea spiders. They're sea spiders.
Fair.
Like, touching a crab, I can't do it. Again, I live in Maryland. There's crabs everywhere.
Yep. That is a fairly staple of that area.
Mm-hmm.
But that's fair. I mean, you can't do what you can't do, and there's nothing wrong with that. Let's see. Sundance Courier would like to know, what is your favorite ghost flavors?
So right now on my desk here, I have, not sponsored, not cool enough to be sponsored. I have the orange cream flavor. That's one of my go-to flavors. And then I also really like the cherry limeade flavor. Those are my two top flavors.
Top flavors.
That was an easy one. Yeah.
But, we've been down some rabbit holes, so you were doing an easy one.
Yeah. That was a nice easy one, Sunny. Thank you.
So, NC Marcus would like to know, favorite game so far that you've streamed or not, and what game are you thinking about next?
I was gonna say the thing.
You don't have to say the thing. All you have to do is hem and haw. You've been hemming and hawing on that one, so you could get dinged on that one too.
Truth. Favorite game. It's I truly think. Yeah. These all three of these are wild. Oh, hello. All three of these are wildly different genres. I'd say, at least. I don't know if I can narrow it down to a single favorite, but my top three, the ones that I either enjoyed the most or have the fondest memories of, are Final Fantasy VII. That one I have a lot of really fond childhood memories wrapped around. I have grown very, very attached to the Zelda series as an adult gamer. I genuinely haven't played a Zelda game that I don't like. Even Skyward Sword. I know there's a lot of
Skyward Sword wasn't that bad. People tend to really
rag on it. Yes. Which is, everybody is entitled to their own opinions. It definitely has some interesting mechanics. I will say that. But, I will revisit it 100%.
You're absolutely right. Everybody has their own opinions, even though they're wrong.
Nori. I think that one goes right here. Hang on. Over here. Right here. Right there.
Right there. No. It doesn't seem. No, it doesn't seem to fit. No.
No? Damn it. Like, wait a second. And then my third would be the Borderlands series. That one, I have, again, a lot of really fun memories with my husband. It was one of the first game series that we picked up together and had a lot of fun, chaotic moments with. So I can't say that there's anyone in the Zelda series that I could pick out that was my favorite above the entire series. Each one has its own special place in my heart. I genuinely don't even know if, like, you could hold me at gunpoint and make me choose. I don't think I could. Borderlands, I actually really liked Tiny Tina as the spinoff. I really liked that one. As someone who hasn't played D&D, hasn't got the opportunity to be involved with a lot of D&D things, but has always been fascinated by D&D, it was a nice, for me, break from the standard gameplay and a nice little introduction to a world that I was curious about but didn't have a lot of experience with. Because again, D&D is very much about the people you know. In my personal experience, it's very much about the people you know, the connections that you have, you know, whether or not you know a DM or a GM, you know, whether or not you can get a party together even. And so it's not a necessarily how do I want to say this? It's not necessarily an introvert friendly game to get yourself into. Like you kind of have to be adopted by a D&D player, which I have been at this point. In order to like get your foot in the door and meet people and like really be introduced to the world of D&D. You say you say but again, you have to be able to talk to strangers or be comfortable
So
you know, reaching out to make those connections.
So I have, good God, 20 plus years of D&D experience under my belt. I have been a player. I have been a dungeon master. I think I have been the guy who has to start up the party. I have been the guy who has joined the party. I think to get into D&D, the biggest gateway for most people to get into D&D and to really enjoy it is to be okay with the fact that you're going to have to do an awful lot of imagining the scenarios that are being presented. And I think the biggest factor for a lot of people, whether or not they enjoy and get into D&D and enjoy it, is whether or not that the storyteller is i.e. the dungeon master that they're with, especially like first ones, can hold the attention of the players. Are they telling a good enough story? And a lot of times people doing like the canned stories from, you know, you can go to Wizards of the Coast and buy a boxed adventure.
The player handbooks, yeah.
No. Player, that's an entirely different thing.
Yeah.
You have what they call like one shots or standardized D&D quests that you can go do that are rated for level whatever, and so you can even have these guys where you start off, you did one at level 1 because that's what this box quest said it was, and you take those same characters from that you've leveled up to level 2 and you take them to another box character set, and even there, a lot of that is so much of that is on having a dungeon master that can really paint a picture, that can really pull you in. But you can't put everything on the dungeon master to do all the work. You have to be able to come in. So I think for most people, it's do I have a dungeon master who's able to give me a good story? Yes or no? If I do I have players that are buying into the story and the world being presented to them and are indeed acting as if they are in the world? Because the worst thing to have, again, as both a player character and as a DM, having sat on both sides of that table, the worst thing to have is that guy who always talks about his character in the third person, has no ties to the character whatsoever, and does like the most ridiculous things in the world because it's not me. I don't care. Right. And they don't ever think about the world through that character's eyes. Like the dungeon master can only do so much of the work to get you invested in your character. You have to yourself do a lot of work to be invested in that character. A fine example of a lot of this is the way people who watch like some of the bigger dungeon D&D games that are out there. What's his name? Brendan Mulligan, who I got to meet at DreamHack, which was absolutely fun.
Well,
We watched him. We watched him actually DM a one shot on stage, and he pulled not only his players in, but he pulled the entire audience in, right? And everybody became invested in what the characters are doing. Not just the people who were playing the characters on the stage; they were invested in their character. But like, so the DM sets the room, and it's up to everybody else to commit to the story. And if you have both of those working, it's a wonderful experience. It's one that you'll like, that's the way I want to do D&D all the time, every time. That's what I'm here for. If you don't have it, then it's a really bad experience. And those are the experiences that people tend to remember, and they go, D&D is kind of really terrible. But that's your break in to get into D&D, not can I find the right people? Can I find, because guess what? You can be a DM. All you have to do is go get the books, understand the rules. And to be honest with you, the rules in the Dungeon Master's Guidebook are really there as they say in Pirates of the Caribbean, they're more guidelines.
Guidelines, anyway. Yeah.
So at the end of the day, the stumbling block is having a good story and being able to find people willing to invest in telling and being a part of telling that story. So that's my D&D rant as both so I used to do like giant world builds for my worlds. I would spend 6 to 8 months on a campaign that invested in building 4 or 5 different towns, and you would have hundreds of NPCs that you would interact with. And I had all the stats and everything for the different NPCs and how they would react and respond to characters, like make a real physical world so that you felt fully immersed in there. And then you as the player would become invested in what was going on. Like, you spend a lot of time at that just to tell a story. Nah, man, D&D just math.
I think that's I think that's one of the reasons why, though, like, I didn't want to just jump in with DMing, because I have a lot of respect for DMs, like a lot of respect. There is so much probability you have to be ready to account for. If something goes entirely off the rails, like, you have to be able to mold and adapt, like you said, to continue that immersion and to keep up with that immersion.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't personally know if my skill set as a storyteller is that strong. Like, not to say that I can't improv, but
Mm-hmm.
Just to, like, be able to have, okay, this is the world I'm building, this is the intent for this scenario, but I also need to have the potential for A, B, C, D, E, and F to happen. And it could go anyone, and then you have to have all of those probabilities for each individual offshoot of that. I think
no,
it's more than
actually, you don't have to have no. So you're overthinking, right?
But see, I'm so good at overthinking.
But it's a classic thing for like new people getting into D&D. Well, what if they decide that they're going to do this, or what if they go to do that, or what if you sit there and ask yourself, so what if on every situation, you'll never be ready to do anything. Instead of going, what if, go, why, just build what you got, put it in place, and then see what your players do. And if they decide to throw a loophole into it, then they throw a loophole into it. They didn't decide to do whatever it was I wanted them to do here. That's a thing that's going to happen. You're thinking one way, they've got another line of thinking when they come into it. There's nothing wrong with that. Roll with it. Just react. Sometimes those make far better memories than anything else. Like, for example, we were doing I'm going to bring up our BG3 playthrough with Brother Fjord, myself, Zoda, and DM Cerberus. Cerb. Rutherford went into a brothel. We know what happened in the brothel, But for the
of course.
purposes of the role playing, right? Me and Sir, we went off in a different direction because Sir's like, I saw far too much of Rutherford's butt. And I'm like, yeah, did you see all that hair? And as we were in the middle of a fight discussing this, Rutherford instantly goes, well, yes, of course there's that much hair back there. I am dwarven nobility. Don't you can tell that by the butt hair braids. And we're just like, like, just ad lib the entire thing. It's great. It's a fantastic memory. It's just funny. Has no bearing on anything. Doesn't mean anything. It's just a good time.
Yeah, and I just genuinely. What is that? Oh, salt. Hi, Ember. I was like, what is that?
Thank you for the cheers.
No, I genuinely
just go for it. That's all. At the end of the day, all I'm trying to say is just go for it. You don't know what your character is going to do until you put them into play. Sitting at DreamHack, we signed up and did a one shot with a DM that didn't know any of us. It was a canned adventure, and I was playing a dwarven cleric that refused to heal anybody. In fact, that's what I told everybody. I'm like, don't even ask. Like, I'm not healing you. Don't ask. You get a cut, too bad. You want band-aids? Not happening. You need a healing? Don't look at me. I don't heal anybody.
That's funny.
And I spent the entire time, like, we had to help this druid. And I spent this entire time crafting the most outrageous solutions to the problem that we never used. Everybody at the table laughed at it, including DM, and he's just laughing at it. But at the end of the day, he was like, yeah, that looks seriously unsafe. We're not doing that.
Man.
But you can do like really simple answers to things like that. Like that sounds very unsafe. We're not doing that. And off you roll. And there's nothing wrong with that.
I mean, I will say I have. I will say, like, I have been very fortunate enough now to like be introduced to enough of the D&D world where like yes, if I did want to do something like that, like at DreamHack and like just join a one-off campaign, like one-shot campaign, I do feel like that could happen. And there are even things that I know Bates has in the works that I'm going to be taking part in for, little spin-offs here and there. And I'm really excited about that. But tying back to Borderlands, it was one of those things where I was like, oh yeah, this is truly like something that I haven't been able to dip my toes into, and this is exciting, and this is the fun new adventure for me.
And that's fantastic. Absolutely marvelous.
I was sitting here for a second thinking, how did we get into such a deep dive of D&D for a second?
Because we were talking about favorite games, and then you brought up that, and
Tiny
then we went off in a tangent, and Sundancer would like to know, when reading your smut fanfics or stories, what is your favorite trope, like enemies to lover, etc., slow burn, etc., etc.
Talking mushrooms. Favorite trope. I'm gonna say the thing. That's a good question. Because I really do read a lot of everything. I do not. Yes, I did. If a story is compelling enough and well written enough, it doesn't necessarily matter to me what the genre or what the trope or what the content is. Like, I will give it a shot, especially if it's got good reviews. Do I have a favorite. I I mm, I guess Enemies to Lovers is up there, definitely. Mostly because I love me a red flag. Not in, like, real life, like, not in real life, but I love the exploration of a red flag character and, like, I'm sorry, the redder the better. I'm colorblind when it comes to the color red, I'm sorry. Uh, I love somebody who seems so irredeemably fucked up, that either somehow it works and not even necessarily in a I can fix them way, just like a this is a very compelling character. And like, yeah, you done fucked up. Like, what are you going to do to fix yourself? Like to make this better. Um I think I appreciate those stories the most. Not necessarily about like how the main character wants to fix them, but how they're going to turn it around on their own and how they're going to truly make themselves a better individual. And think I enjoy that because I don't want to believe that people can't fix themselves. Like at the root of everything, nobody's going to fix you. You have to take the first step. If there's
Right.
something genuinely problematic or flawed about who you are as an individual, if you don't tell people you need help and if you aren't willing to get that help, you're not going to change. Nothing's going to change. And you're going to continue to be a shitty person regardless of what that context is. Because you refuse to say, "Hey, I fucked up. Uh, one, I'm sorry, and two, how can I fix this?" So I think I respect that a lot in my tropes. I think. I think. Yeah. But we're gonna run with that. We're gonna run with that.
It sounds good. It sounds good, right?
We're gonna run with that.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
It is absolutely fine.
Hi, Carmine.
Hello, Carmine. Welcome
I can
in.
fix him. I don't want to fix him. Where's the porn? Listen, we don't have to talk about the porn involved with those kinds of stories. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine.
Brother Fjord has asked his very popular question they usually ask around here. And what would your final meal be on death row and why?
Damn it. Probably. Yeah, no, these last couple ones are genuinely screwing me over. Uh, it would probably be like if it was okay for me to only take like a little bite out of everything or like
Hey,
just get
it's
like
your
really
last meal. Money
small
doesn't matter.
portions of everything.
It's whatever you want.
Bunny on death row. Listen, you don't know when I'm gonna snap. I'm joking. Um, but truly, if I could have a little bite of like everything, I would want a medium rare steak, preferably a ribeye.
Mhm.
I would want some damn good spaghetti. Not like like I want like traditional spaghetti with like a classic tomato sauce, just like spaghetti. Some
Spaghetti.
sushi. Spaghetti. I'm Italian. And sushi because I love sushi. Uh, Preferably an eel sushi. Um, and probably something chocolate for dessert. I think that oh got it, a Coke.
Spider
I would
roll,
need a Coke
ironically.
Zero. Spider roll's crab. I think spider rolls are crab. Not ice cream. Not necessarily ice cream, but something chocolate. One of those 2-bite brownies. Oh, one of those 2-bite brownies. Oh, I love those things so much.
Oh, those are good.
Oh
Brownies are the
God,
best.
you leave me alone with a box of those, and oh no, it's gone. It's gone.
It doesn't exist. Forget about it. Hang it up. We've got 2 more questions, and then we're going to dive into the last bit because we are coming down to it. We're actually going to end up running a little bit over tonight, but that's going to be all right.
I told you, I don't shut up.
No, that's okay. You are not the only one that's been here running their mouth off, so I don't want to hear anything.
Okay.
Mark would like to know Magic the Gathering, Commander or Standard deck?
I think standard deck. I think we haven't played a lot with Commander. I don't think for me to comfortably say that I prefer Commander. Also the mechanics are definitely different for a Commander versus a standard deck, but I do love, God, it's been so long. I do love the creativity of a standard deck. My husband built a rat deck and it was broken beyond all fucking measure. Like there is no way in hell that deck could be played in a competition. You can't convince me one way or another. That deck was so goddamn broken and overpowered. But it was just a rat deck. It was just rats.
Yeah. That's the thing.
Yeah. I don't know if you could or not, but yeah, there's a lot of fun creative ways to build a standard deck that I personally enjoy. And I like the flow of a standard deck.
Right. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
While we're on this topic, Runray would like to know, since there wasn't an MTG question, do you ever think you will play Yu-Gi-Oh? Are you going to put your heart in the cards?
Probably not. For no other reason than the fact that I didn't get into Yu-Gi-Oh. And it's the same reason why I never got into Pokemon. It just, for some reason, those franchises never truly stuck out to me. But there was something about the fantasy aspect and the mysticism and the art too of the Magic cards. Like there was one of my favorite series that I still want to eventually collect one of every card of was the Throne of Eldraine. Is one of the releases that they did one year. It's all fairy tale based. And the art on the cards was just absolutely stunning. And I think that's the big kicker for me. So again, if anybody wants to give me gifts or anything, and if you find rare, like, hi, how are you? But yeah, no, I don't know. I don't think I ever will pick up Yu-Gi-Oh. Also, holy shit, we have so much money invested in Magic the Gathering right now. It's try to start investing in another franchise would feel like I'm cheating on Magic the Gathering. Truly. Like, we have boxes literally that are, I want to say they're
Warhammer.
I think we do have a whole shoebox full of Gigantic Growth just because we got it in a loot. However, our standard collection it's like 4 rows of cards, and then I want to say they're at least 18 inches like long. And then we have like 6 of those boxes just full of Magic the Gathering cards.
Well, you might find this of interest then. Or at least your husband might. So I have sitting here on my desk right now, I just picked it up. While we were at DreamHack, one of the things that we got our hands on is a limited edition DreamHack Magic the Gathering pin and lanyard cassette.
What? That's cool.
Which is when we cleared the 750 follower mark, that is going up on giveaway during a stream.
Yeah.
So you want to tune in for that if you guys really like Magic the Gathering.
Yeah. It's been a hot minute since we played, but yeah.
I haven't done anything Magic. Well, so when you go to DreamHack, they do MTG as a regular thing. Like they have one of the competitions there. They literally handed you 15 packs of booster cards. You tore them open and you put together your a deck. And then you went into battle, and you got to keep the cards. And so if you won your match, you went on to another match, and they would give you another set of booster cards decks. And so you would end up opening, like, you know, I think the winners open up like 40 or 50 set of booster cards.
Damn.
And they got to keep. They were all free. No, actually, none of those were land. You actually had to go. They had a special boost set up to get land for your deck.
Oh, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was a good time. Good time. Where are we at? Moon Princess 92 would like to know, what is one magical girl anime / manga trope that annoys or frustrates you?
Trying to think of all the tropes right now. This genuinely isn't me thinking about like, which one is it? Like, no, I seriously cannot think of like a single trope right now that's like genuinely annoying.
I like Carmine's answers to that. The power of friendship. Oh my God, not this.
Listen, when your favorite series is Sailor Moon, you kind of gotta look the other way for that one. You kind of gotta look the other way. No.
I mean,
I think maybe it's not a trope so much as it is an ideology. So this might not be the answer that Ember is looking for. Well, no, I guess it does. The fact that it always has to be, for some reason, based around middle school teenagers. Like that, I get it, and I get why. And again, this is one of the reasons why I really enjoyed Madoka, because they put a very solid reasoning as to why it had to be that age bracket. And it made sense. Like it absolutely made sense.
Oh yeah.
But I do think the whole like middle school, early high school, like it's not a magical girl anime unless they're in that bracket, bothers me. Is that adjacent, Ember? Does that sound that is that
Sounds good enough to me. Because we got one more question. Last one from Sundancer, and then that's it, folks. No more sneaking last minute questions in here. I know you're enjoying Bunny, but we can't keep her all night. Sundance Courier has gone a little dark with this one. When you pass, let's say you're cremated, you turn your ashes into a vinyl record. What song would you have on it for others to play that defines you?
It would be so much animation. It would honestly be there would be anime openings, there would be some like My Chemical Romance, there would be some Broadway on it, there would be not necessarily songs that like I want people to think of when they think of me type thing. Like I want you to have this song of me playing like as you like word brain do the thing that I think would make you think of me, but like songs that defined key moments in my life. There would be something on there from AFI. There would be something on there from BTS. Wildly different genres there. There would be something on there. You know what? If I had to only pick one, it would be BTS I'm Fine. Honestly, if I had to pick one. Now that I'm like going down the list.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that song in particular means a lot to me.
Mm-hmm.
For a lot of different reasons that we won't go into.
That's fair. That's fair. Taya, why Bunny is going tonight and not in January when she was scheduled? Because tonight's guest that was originally scheduled for this slot had some real life event stuff come up that they could not make it, and so they needed to reschedule. I reached out to the Bunny to see if they would like to do their interview early. They said, "Hell yeah!" And so that's why we're
here. Let's go.
Yeah. I said, yes, let's go. I was like, as long as you can start at 8:30, because that's when I am freed from the tiny humans.
That's why we're doing it at 8:30. That's why we started at 8:30. And then we ran late.
Whoopsies! I mean, my typical stream time doesn't stop until midnight, so
it's fine.
Not atypical for me.
So you have 2 final questions, and then you still have the arduous job of picking a raid target, because we have to go somewhere to tell somebody that they missed out on learning all about the fantastic Little Lunar Rabbit, and they suck for not being here. So the first of your final 2 questions is we're almost done with the year 2024, and you know, it's been a fantastic fun year. There's still a few other things left coming up that we can do in this year. There's also the first half of next year. Anywhere between now and sometime in the first half of next year, is there any kind of like celebrations, any big events going on your channel, things that you want to call attention for, whether charity, whether they're whatever it may be, that's like, oh, it would be great if you guys all piled in here on this day to help do whatever, celebrate whatever, whatnot. Is there anything like that you've got planned coming up?
Nothing big and momentous as far as any charity stream plans. I have not thought that far ahead. My heart is not that big at the moment to have actually planned that out.
But I mean, it could be like a streamathon. You could be like, oh, I'm doing my 1 year on whatever, you know, just any sort of thing.
Yeah. My 1 year is in March. So March 9th-ish time frame, we're definitely going to be doing something fun. I will probably be doing a subathon of some kind. However, birthday stream, October 25th, it is a Friday. It is one of my long play days. We're definitely planning something fun, community oriented. I don't know if I'm necessarily exactly. I don't know if I'm necessarily going to take a page out of your book and literally do community games like for the entire stream. However, we are going to have a community night on October 25th. There will be golf for sure. We're also deciding if maybe there's going to be some Among Us or some other fun community games that other people can jump into as well. So those are those. My birthday stream and my year stream.
Okay. It counts. Your last question of the evening. This is usually the one that evokes a lot of interesting topic points.
Oh, good. So we're gonna be talking for another 45 minutes. Got it. Got it.
Yeah. Easily. No.
Easy.
So you've and granted, I understand you still consider yourself a fairly new streamer, and that's fine. But at this point in time, if you could go back in time to younger you, or if you were talking to somebody who's just trying to get started streaming, what would be the one piece of advice that you would give them that you're like, if I had known this then, life would have been so much easier?
So yeah. I mean, again, this might be like a double-edged sword thing, where in one aspect and something that's genuinely stuck with me, that not only everybody on Twitch that I've had like genuine business connections to have said to me, but also one of the first things that I heard as I was getting everything set up on my own is that you're only going to be as successful as the effort you put into it. It's not a one-man show, despite you thinking it is. And it very much is. If you are truly set on trying to make something out of it outside of just being a fun social networking platform, you got to put in the work. You have to put in the work. However, comma, on the flip side of that, your community will give you more grace than you will ever be capable of giving yourself. And so when things go wrong, because they're going to go wrong, it's not the end of the world. And it's okay to be anxious about it. But at the end of the day, your community is there for you. And if you've done the work and you've made it an environment that they want to be a part of, they're gonna be patient and they're gonna wait and they're gonna hang tight. And if you need to take a night off because life, they'll say, okay, rest up, take a breather. We'll see you next time. Like, maintain as much consistency as you can, yeah, but also you're human. You, underneath the shell of it all, whatever persona or face you decide to put forward, underneath it all, you're still you. You're still human. You're going to fuck up, and it's gonna be okay. Uh, breathe. Take a big fucking breath and breathe. Tomorrow's another chance. Just try again, I think.
And yes, as my husband says, like Co says, be ready for your raids. I like that one was a bit more of like an emotional like response, but from a tactical standpoint, like yeah, be ready be ready for the unexpected. That's actually a very good reminder too. Like when I started doing this, like yeah, I did peek in and I watched a bunch of streamers, and I not only saw how they laid out their pages, I saw how they handled certain interactions, and I was prepared. I was prepared for that very first raid to not get flustered, to not panic at the influx of people, no matter how big or how small it was. Kind of have a little bit of just a pre-written introduction that just lived rent free in Yunagin. And again, just keep breathing. Like there is no reason when it truly is just you and either your VTuber or your camera, or just sitting here, because again, I've got you in my ear and I've got chat going on here, but you are an individual unit. At the end of the day, if you want to hit that panic button and escape and walk away, that's okay. Like, it's just you, baby. Like, is it going to be great for your channel? Probably not, but you have to come first. You have to come first. You have to remember to take things in stride and breathe, and it's going to be okay.
Well, and it's important to remember that it's your channel. Know you, no channel.
Yeah. It's going to be what you make of it. And it could be for the better, or you could tank it, but that's your call. That's absolutely your call.
You do you, boo. It's all good.
You do you, boo. Exactly. Exactly. I think the final thing that really really stuck with me, that I would say is a good thing to keep in mind is, again, if you are trying to make something of it, treat it professionally. Go into it with the mindset that, every new connection you make is an opportunity to grow your community. Always raid out. Always, hang out in other people's streams when you can. Make those friends. Even if you're an introverted son of a bitch like me, somebody will adopt you. It's okay.
You just hope they don't throw you back, right?
Yeah. Thankfully, that hasn't happened. Thankfully. But
Sea Spider, get rid of it. Get rid of it.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine. You have been a delightful guest tonight. I do appreciate you taking time out of your stream schedule to come and hang with us and spend these 3 hours with us. It has been a fantastic and a glorious evening, and I do appreciate it.
Not a problem. It was an absolute delight to be here.
I'm snoozing ads at this point because I'm like, we're on our way out the door. Go away, ads. Shut up. You don't get it. But yes, so your last job for the evening, and then we'll let you go. Well, we'll let you go back to being the bunny that we all know and love.
Back to my iPad.
Right? Where would you like to send this collection of fantastic people off to go see?
I would actually like to go to Brother Fjord, because Brother Fjord is playing Final Fantasy, and I hate missing Final Fantasy night.
That's fine.
Sorry, not sorry.
No, that's your choice, right? That's how this works. The only thing that this means though is when we go over there, Rutherford already knows what's going on, so we'll pop in there and he'll be like, "Yay! I just talked Tuesday stream. Yeah, I know. I suck. I missed out on all of that."
Earlier, it's fine. It counts.
He was here for a little bit. He didn't stay for all of it.
No. But life do be life.
It really do be like that. But I do appreciate you being able to take and jump in this time slot. I know it was rather sudden. I pinged you yesterday about it. I'm like, hey, you want to do this? So I do really appreciate the fact that you took time out to do this and break up your schedule to be here for this. It has been a hopping, magical night.
Oh man. Yeah, it's been a good time. It's been a really good time. I've had fun.
There you go.
A lot of fun.
There you go. Well, we have definitely enjoyed it. I think we have made. So before you leave, we're going to do all of the normal things. If I would learn to spell correctly.
Spelling. Who needs spelling?
Yeah, the first one.
I know Twitch needs spelling, but
is the standard Twitch shout out. We do that because it makes life easier. If the heart is not lit up, if you see a little thing pop up at the top of your chat, it's not lit up, you're doing it wrong. Period. I don't care. I don't care what your opinion is on it. If it's not turned on and lit up and you're not following this lovely streamer, you're doing it wrong. End of story. We'll talk to somebody else about it. And then because that's not the only thing that we like to do, we also like to give everybody a little sample of some of the things that they can expect to see over there. So we'll get a video that's going to cover up my face here.
This is actually one of the more tame ones. Truly,
that I can still hear the panic in your voice, and that's what's fantastic.
Oh yeah, that entire real quick before we do the raid, entire stream, I one shot Ganon start to finish. It was a fuck around and find out moment to see if I was even strong enough to do it, and we were bated breath the entire stream on the edge of our seats, trying to see if I could even muster the gaming prowess to do it. So the fact that I was on such a high and also panic driven, oh my god, don't fuck this up. But yeah, that was a very intense. It was also the first game that I finished on stream. It was a wild night. It was a fucking wild night. I did. I threw down my Joy-Cons after I actually did the final blow to Ganon, and everybody in chat was screaming, "Pick your controllers back up! Pick your controllers back up!" I was like, okay, I got him. We're not done here. Lo and behold, they were right.
Sometimes chat has the right of things. Sometimes. All right. I can hit this button one more time, and then we will be. I hate to raid out and leave people stuck in ads when we do that. So,
yeah, again, I don't like to do that either.
Bunny has been fantastic. Again, I can't say thank you enough for taking the time out to hang with us this evening. We have all enjoyed this immensely. I've had big grins on my face. You have had lots of grins on your face. Turned red a few times. It's been fantastic. Mm-hmm. It's been a lovely night. And again, thank you again. You are welcome. I'm going to hit a button here and we'll cut to the end screen. You are welcome to dip out of the call whenever you're ready after that.
Cool.
So, if you want to say goodbye to everybody before we take off.
Everybody, have a good rest of your evening. Stay hydrated, get the good eats, and take care of yourself. And if you want to come say hi tomorrow night to me at 8:30 on my channel, I'll be there. It was nice getting to see all ya. Bye-bye.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Thank you again.
You're very welcome.
And there we go. That's the end screen. We're out. We're done. We're heading out of here. It's been a fantastic Talk Tuesday. It's been another historic Talk Tuesday in the books. You guys have been fantastic and amazing and hanging out to the very end, and we appreciate you. I appreciate you all for coming out and hanging out. Big shouts to our raiders and Miss Hermaeus Rose, bringing in their lovely, fantastic community to come hang with us. You guys are amazing. It's Simply Faith. Thank you for the follow. Welcome into the network. And Lady Experiment, thank you for the resub. And Moon Princess, thank you for the biddies. You guys have all been amazing. I hope that you've enjoyed this little extravaganza that we call Talk Tuesday here. We got to meet and hang with Little Lunar Rabbit. It's been a fantastic evening. Next week we will be back here again. Next week, we have the fantastic and fabulous Hermaeus Rose. We'll be sitting in the hot seat for our Talk Tuesday next week. So you don't want to miss out on that. It's going to be an exciting time. Until then, I will see you guys on Friday evening for our normal Friday night shenanigans. As Little Lunar Rabbit said, they're doing more of their stuff tomorrow evening at 8:30 over on Little Lunar Rabbit channel. You don't want to miss that. I will be there. I will see you all there. For now, we are going to go and send a raid over to the Brother Fjord, because that is who our guest chose for our raid for this evening. So there are the raid messages. No, I still have yet to get a Talk Tuesday raid message. I will get that eventually. When I think about it. But if you are subscribed, the first message is for you. If you are not subscribed, the second message is for you. Either one that you can do, grab it, copy it, get ready to spam it when we get over there. Say hi to Brother Fjord. He'll know he's coming. We're coming in from a Talk Tuesday. He'll be ecstatic about it. I know we'll all be ecstatic about it. He's a fantastic streamer and a dear, dear friend of mine. And until next time, continue to be the fantastic, fabulous, and amazing people that I already know you are. And until next time, well, you know how this goes. Bye for now.